Until 6 years later, he's got 6 goals in the playoffs so far. These are all coincidences, Ron?
Welcome to the Ice Guys live Betcast, free for all tonight. That's right, everybody's here. All the minions that haven't bothered yet to subscribe to Patreon after all these damn months. No, I'm kidding. We love you guys too. But here we are. It's Western Conference Final, Game 4. The Edmonton Oilers hosting the Dallas Stars. And to say this is an important game for the home team would be an understatement. Obviously, this is that penultimate swing game in a series when you're talking about 2-1 in favor of one team, where the team that loses when they're trailing, they end up falling down 3-1. So it's a big swing game in the series tonight, important one for the Oilers. They don't want to go down 3-1 to this Dallas Stars team. Dallas looking to do something they have done in each of the first 2 rounds here in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that's win Game 3 and Game 4 on the road. Pretty impressive that they've been able to do that in the first 2 rounds, and they are looking to make it the trifecta, basically, with 3 straight rounds here in the playoffs where they've won Game 3 and Game 4 on the road. So we'll see if the Dallas Stars can get the job done. Alex is with us. Looking forward to this, Alex. It's a huge game, much like Rangers-Panthers last night. There's a lot at stake here. It's a big swing game in the series.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, for Edmonton, you want to try to even things up and get things to, shorten to a best-of-3 series. And for Dallas, you want to continue this road dominance and be able to possibly take a 3-1 lead back home with a chance to clinch the Western Conference and the Campbell Bowl in your home arena. So this is, like I said, massive swing game for both teams. It's just a matter of who's going to battle out, who wants it more.
Yeah, no question. I think that is going to end up being a big part of this game tonight. And it's for Edmonton, it's play better in the first, play better beyond just the first period, because that's been their biggest issue, I think, in Game 2 and in Game 3 of this series, is the fact that this Edmonton Oilers team just had a great start in each of the last few games of this series, Game 2 and Game 3. They couldn't have played much better in the first period. But then in the second period, to see Dallas just come on the way they did, it's an indictment really of Edmonton. But it also is, you got to give the Dallas Stars credit. You know, they are an incredibly impressive hockey team and the number one team in the West for a reason, because they don't get rattled. They don't get deterred. They're not. It's never a situation for the Dallas Stars. Well, fuck this. We're down 2-0 after the first period. This is over for us. Might as well just get ready for the next game. There was none of that from the Dallas Stars, obviously, with the way they performed in Game 3. So very interesting to see how this goes. I'm on over by Fecta. I'm on a little piece of Dallas money line. Those are the main looks here for me. And Edmonton to score in the first period. I forgot to mention that. Now, that one's a little pricey, -160. But I feel that this is a better move than the Edmonton puck line, because I don't know, there's still an element of me that worries about Edmonton, being able to actually carry the lead into the first intermission, because Dallas is talking the talk that they're sick and tired of having the bad starts. I know they've won the last 2 games with these first periods where they didn't play well, but Jason Robertson said it after Game 3. We don't want to start this way. We don't want to be behind. We don't want to play a first period like that. And so it's going to be an interesting dynamic where this has been the period that Edmonton's dominated here the last 2 games. But at the same point in time, Dallas is fully aware they've gotten away and dodged a huge fucking bullet with bad first periods and still won the game the last 2. I don't know if they want to tempt fate 3 times in a row with a really bad start. So this first period's a fascinating viewing experience, I think, for the hockey fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we talked about that in the breakdown earlier today, that the first 20 minutes could really dictate the entire pace of this contest. And except for Dallas, yes, they've been getting lucky in the sense of being able to come back in the second period, but you can't always rely on that. Yes, this is an Edmonton team that, we've seen them blow leads at times, but you can't always just rely on that. At some point, you have a team, they put up a 2-0 lead, a 3-0 lead, and it becomes an insurmountable. So they have to avoid that. Dallas, they have to get on the board first, in my opinion. I didn't bet that, but I think for Dallas to really get control, scoring early, and getting the first goal of the game would be a huge move for them in the right direction forward in this contest.
Now, Gaucho told me he was in and out tonight, and this tells you the dedication of this man here to join us on these Betcasts. Where the hell are you, man? Where is this place that you're at?
Oh, it's great up here, man. We're up in we're on Lake Michigan. I'll try to turn the camera around for a second here so you can maybe see the sun is shining right at us.
Wow, nice. Great view.
That's a great view.
Maybe that'll give you a feel, though. It's beautiful up here, man. Beautiful.
Michigan's like where I am here in Southern Ontario. Stay the fuck away in the winter, but come on up in the summer, because there are beautiful parts in it in the summer.
The winters are long. They're long. They're cold. They're brutal. I want to step on with you guys for just a second, and then I'll let you step back off, and then I'll spend the rest of the latter part of the first period with you. But, yeah, real quick.
Yeah, what are you on?
Back to the well with it. First to 5 shot on goals. Oilers. You can get that in.
Yeah.
That's the play for me tonight. That's the big one. I like the Stars. I didn't go crazy on it. Got a lot invested in the Stars in this series, in the future, all that. And I like the under. So that's kind of where I'm at.
All right, that's where we differ. That's where we differ, because I'm on over by Fecta. I feel this is not going to be what Rangers-Panthers were. It'll take one more game before maybe we get a lower scoring game, especially when I saw that trend too. I think 5 of the last 6 meetings in Edmonton between the Stars and the Oilers have gone over. So that's kind of swayed me in that direction. Plus, if I envision Edmonton playing a better 60-minute game, to me it's a little more likely there's a little more back and forth, a little more offense. We'll see. We are underway, by the way. The opening face-off just occurred here with the Oilers and the Stars.
I could see that. Alex, you got a bottle around?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I got shot ready.
Let's do it real quick. We'll bless this action, and then we'll step away for just a few. I'll see you guys later.
Refill. Yeah.
All
okay,
right.
Give me a sec. I was going to say, you guys go ahead. I'll be back. I just realized I totally forgot to get a beer. I've got to. That's got to be rectified. So, we're just underway. It's a face-off in the Dallas zone here in the first minute. So, back in a moment.
All
right, gotcha. See you.
Yeah, best of luck to everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you soon.
See you. All right. So this is Subhuman Gaucho coming from us nice patio setting in Michigan. Right there. With some drinks and enjoying the sun. Francesco said he got Nugent Hopkins and Hintz for a point. What else? Yeah, first period overs. Yeah, like I said, so I grabbed first period over minus $1.10. I might sprinkle a little bit extra plus money, but it's not a rush necessarily. Like I said, this might be a tough game for a Betcast potentially, because it just doesn't seem like, unless we do get the explosion of offense, there may not be a whole lot of looks and spots. And I talked about that even with like tomorrow for Game 5. We're not going to be in the Betcast, but I can't imagine I'll be doing much live betting. I may not have anything at all in Game 5, honestly. The more I look at it.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where, look, we are a Betcast. We try to place live bets. I mean, that's the point of it. But you're right. For me, I've got my pregame stuff. We'll see if something opens up. But, yeah, right away, not rushing into anything. And certainly at the moment, not something where, definitely I've got this, basically pinpointed as a potential live look. So just going to see how this game goes. If you're betting based on what we've seen the last two games, you'd probably want a piece of Edmonton in the first period. But you also have to realize that the Dallas Stars were not thrilled about starting slowly in the first period, back-to-back games. And they are going to be absolutely looking, to do something, do some better damage here early in the game, not get outshot, by a score of 13-2. I think they just did a good job of starting better here in this first period. A lot better.
Yeah.
Wyatt fucking Johnston wires one top shelf over the shoulder of Skinner on the first shot on goal of the hockey game, and the Dallas Stars have grabbed a 1-0 lead 58 seconds into the first period of Game 4.
That's what you have to do. When you're a road team, you score early, you take the air out of the building, and that's the kind of play you want to get. And what's an incredible shot.
It was a ripper, as the Aussies would say. It was just a perfect shot. Perfect shot by Wyatt Johnston.
First point. Need one more.
That's right. You're right. The bargain bin off to a phenomenal start for Alex B. Smith with over 1.5 points at plus 425. Mine's a bit of a reach. Mine's a bit of a stretch tonight when it comes to the bargain bin, taking Radek Fox at plus 750. But like I said, we'll see how it goes. I like that thought process of the guy that's coming back into the lineup. Then I also remember the fact that he scored the series-winning goal in Game 7 against Vegas, and that's what I said. Let's take Fox tonight, to make an impact now that he's back in the lineup. For Craig Smith, long overdue, by the way, for Craig Smith to ride the pine a little bit. Now I know there's people that are saying that he's been physical, he's taken the body. He's also missed like 20 scoring chances here in the playoffs combined, and not done a whole lot offensively. So I can live with that switch by Peter DeBoer there on his fourth line. But that's a tough start for Edmonton. I mean, the crowd's going nuts. It is a tremendous anthem they give you at the beginning with the anthem singer and the crowd, just to perform the anthems, and he lets the crowd sing "Oh Canada." So the crowd's into the game. The team is revved up because they're feeding off that energy from the crowd, and then to give up that goal in the first minute, not what you were hoping for if you were Edmonton. When do we live bet Boston PWHL? That's what I want to know. When do we live bet Boston PWHL? That Minnesota 1-0 lead is about as safe as being around O.J. Simpson. It's sorry. Sorry. Shouldn't have done that. The man is dead now. But
that's hilarious.
Sorry. It's a little uncouth of me, but that's all right.
Good,
it's a Betcast. We're going to have some fun. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the lead certainly not safe at all being one. But then again, we say that this has been the lowest scoring postseason of any kind of hockey you can find in years. I mean, college hockey has more scoring. right now. So shit, 1-0 could be the fucking final. Like they've had
That's
half
right.
their wins come from a
In the
shutout.
women's league, there's no question.
Yeah, like
There's
I
absolutely
think Minnesota has like 4 shutout wins in the playoffs already. So
yeah.
sometimes that might be a game where all it takes is one. So.
No, there's no doubt. But I am keeping an eye on that. It is like it's
Yeah.
a game deciding championship series game 5 there with those two teams. And again, it's 1-0, and I believe we're going into the third period. I think they're already done the first 2 periods. So third period coming up. I'm sprinkling right. I'm going to tell you that right now. Draw plus 260 and Boston plus 325. Not the NHL game. I'm talking a little PWHL, a little P-dub, a little women's hockey right here. I'm sprinkling on both. You know this Minnesota, the demons and the ghosts of Minnesota sports past may not let this lead hold up.
It's the only thing I would bet. I bet Boston money line, nothing else.
Yeah. Right now, and they're at home too. Now, sometimes you could say that's a bad thing because the pressure's on, but yeah, I'll take my chance there. Draw and Boston.
I'm gonna tell you something. They're playing at a smaller rink too, because they're playing at in Lowell, where UMass Lowell's college rink is, compared to where they were playing these last 2 games at Excel, and they had a huge crowd. Like the entire lower bowl was full for games 3 and 4. So that might make a little bit of a difference too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who let Cheshire write Ian's line? Yeah, right. Cheshire Cat. That would be he'd appreciate that one probably. Yeah. Taylor Bischoff saying 1-0 Dallas plus 325. So Dallas to get scored this goal, and that's all there's going to be here in the first period. I'd say good luck, but that's probably against what Alex and I are looking for here in this. Yeah, we're looking for one more here. Yeah, and I'm looking for an Edmonton goal specifically. Yeah. So cheers to everyone in the chat. We are free for all. The public is here.
Yes.
Everyone in the house, Patreon members and non-Patreon members, anyone that loves the Ice Guys show is here. So salute.
And cheers to 10,000 downloads through Believe. First month of Believe, 10,000 downloads. So cheers to that. Thank you, everybody.
Because it took us to get to 10,000 now for us to be inserted into their paywall for getting paid out from them. So there we go. So now moving forward next month and beyond, we could be looking at some mucho dinero, and it's all thanks to you guys for mucho download. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We got to keep the black barrel in the house, so thank you.
No doubt. But that's good. And I actually got little message back from what's his name from Believe there,
Believe,
Braun.
yeah.
Braun Hustenstam. Holy shit, man. That's Hustenstam. There we go. It's a long last name. And actually, he was in on the call when we signed up to sign on with Believe and move the podcast there. Nice guy. And he congratulated us on the 10,000 podcast downloads. Says you guys now are officially off and running. So there we go. I'd like to see that. There's no doubt because they basically give you, they start putting you in the pay cycle for podcasts on their network once you get to the first 10,000. Yep. Right. So there you go. That's significant for us.
Yes.
So we thank you for that. Yes, Goose. By the way, Matt Robinson's just flapping his gums left and right about all the bets he's won already. Holy shit! Just based on that one goal. My goodness.
Wow. Yeah, I see that.
This guy.
He had Wyatt first goal. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, Matt Robinson bets when he really feels like the good vibes for his team. Like he's going to bet like 20 bets on them in various forms between sides totals and especially player props. Yeah. Yeah. So that is a great start for Dallas. They don't have a shot on goal yet, Edmonton.
I know, still, yeah.
Gotta get there. You can tell they got that. That was definitely a haymaker thrown by the Dallas Stars here in the first minute. Edmonton's still a little bit wobbly and woozy right now. Yeah.
You can tell, and as soon as they showed the crowd right away, just to kind of just dejected faces. You can't have that as a crowd, and you can't have that if you're the home team either.
And what the hell am I watching right now with Broberg? During the last stoppage, he's like practicing his skating and doing like little mini skate up drills that you do in the pregame skate. Like, I know, man, you haven't played in a long time here for the Oilers, but what have you been doing? Sitting around with your thumb up your ass the last 2 weeks?
Maybe tweet something during warm up and he's trying to just kind of shake it out.
Maybe, I don't know, but my goodness, I mean, the game started, and you still feel like you got to shake things out a little bit there during the stoppage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen that very often.
Unless, he's
Yikes.
either feeling something weird, or not fully ready. Either way, it's a bad time.
Yeah, no doubt. So here we go. Edmonton trying to get something going here. As far as, you know what, Dallas is doing a great job in the fact that, they did it again too on that first goal. As soon as they get the puck in the offensive zone, the wingers are firing right down the ice, and that's what's opening up these opportunities. Edmonton's not defending this quick strike, like get the puck, these quick ups. That's what they call. That's the term, the quick up. Right. The quick up game killed Edmonton in Game 3. Dallas went to it over and over again, and then they get the cycle going, and they'd have Edmonton turned around like a
which is unacceptable because Edmonton forever in a day they've been all about speed. Yeah. Since this has been a McDavid led
team. They had a breakaway just now, Dallas, and missed the net, but another glorious chance. Yeah.
This is supposed to be a speedy team, and they have been at times throughout the season, but maybe this is time to play off fatigue now. Where you see them getting caught in these spots in this transition.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, if you're Edmonton, this is concerning. You already gave up like a mini odd man rush to Johnston, and he made you pay for it. And then Hintz, just missed the net on what was a glorious opportunity right there for him. So Edmonton, I'm telling you what, it's like I said, to say a shaky start would be an understatement here. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Off the face-off, Esa Lindell shoots it toward the net. How did that go in? That definitely hit something on the way in. But that is a 2-0 Dallas goal in the first 6 minutes. It's 2-0 Stars. There's our first period over. Yes. I'm just trying to say, how the hell did that go in? Because it was just an innocent-looking shot from Esa Lindell. I'm seeing oh, my God. The man that has been just raked over the fucking coals the last 48 hours for his play in Game 3, Darnell Nurse. Just when you think it couldn't get worse, it went in off his ass. It went in off his backside and in. No, that's not on Skinner, Myron. I mean, that's a deflection. There's nothing any goalie can do about that. Yeah. The Nurse's ass. Yeah, exactly it, Rich. Wow.
Man, that's wild. That's bad look
right there. That's for Edmonton. Now you're really shook. Now you need a shift. You need an answer shift. You need a response shift. Now. Right fucking now is what you need if you're Edmonton. Yeah.
They need to score the next 3 shifts if they want to try and get this balance back within this period.
Yeah. Wow. Now, did they say it maybe glanced off Stank? It looked like it definitely hit Nurse. They're giving it to Stankoven right now, who is beside Nurse.
I saw that. So they're saying he redirected because I didn't see his stick in the replay when they were from the net cam, but I did see him being in that.
He was there with Nurse. They were locked up in a one-on-one battle there, and the puck glanced off either him or Nurse. Right now, they're saying it might have been Stankoven, and if that's the case, it's his goal. Lindell and Haskin in the assists. But either way, wow, this is worse. This is like DEFCON 5 here right now at the moment for Edmonton. Well, let's cheers to the first period over hitting just like that. Holy shit, best bet for Alex. Yeah, I'm telling you what, this NHL season knows no ends for Alex right now. Holy mackerel.
Like 10-3 the last 13 plays overall.
I see Terry in the chat, so I'm going to throw him the link. And by the way, Goose requested the link as well. There we go. So, holy shit. Matt Robinson on the first goal had Wyatt to score first goal. Wyatt just anytime point. Ben anytime point. And Dallas to get a goal in the first period. So, pretty incredible there. I can't believe just what kind of start this is for Edmonton. I mean, wow. So bad. Yeah, Taylor, throw the email. Taylor, rather than you put your email in the chat, because I don't want anyone putting their emails out there publicly, just send an email to bobano350@gmail.com. and we'll
DM me
send
on
it.
Twitter.
Or DM me or Alex on Twitter,
Yeah.
Taylor. Yeah, and we'll send you the link. And we'll send Goose the link right now as well for the Betcast. There we go. Jordan Sambrook is on the radar, by the way, to join us later tonight as well. And he said he wants to drop in just for a few minutes. His team is having a dinner, a steakhouse. They're at a steakhouse. They've already, Alex, gone to Kansas City. That's where they are right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're going to be starting game 1 of the Kelly Cup final, I believe, this weekend. I think Friday or Saturday is when that's going to start. So they said, we're going to just stay on the road rather than go back to Florida after wrapping up the series against Adirondack. They're going to stay on the road and get ready for Kansas City because they have Kansas City as home ice for the Kelly Cup final. So
and that's
good
a
stuff
2-3-2
on the
format.
team. Get them ready. Yep.
Yeah. 2-3-2 or is it 2-2-1-1-1 for the?
I think it's 2-3-2 in the ECHL.
I know for both AHL conference finals. We were talking about that earlier. Those are 2-3-2 formats, and
2-3-2.
they said to hell with alternating. Games 3 through 7 are the same nights. So if you're watching the AHL, you're watching both games every night after game 2 for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. But definitely Dallas. Oh my God, Dallas just almost scored again. I think Skinner just got a piece of it and kept it out. It was actually a nice save by Skinner, but my gosh, Edmonton still hasn't had a shot on goal yet. Wow, this is just a remarkable start to this game. And like I said, it's basically been the polar opposite of game. That's what I was worried about all along going into this game 4 tonight, is Dallas was fully cognizant of how rough the first period was for them in the last 2 games. And even though they won both games, they kind of dodged a bullet with the way they played in the first period. So, absolutely. It's been pretty remarkable to see this turnaround here. Now Dallas having the fast start. Yeah, every time Dallas has had the puck now in the in the Edmonton zone, they've got Edmonton basically there. It's like almost like their heads are spinning. It's like, it's almost like the person that's training the dog and the dog's doing everything, that they're demanding. That's like Dallas with Edmonton right now. They got Edmonton basically just spinning around and, at Dallas's command right now.
They're dog walking the world is what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately for Gaucho, yes, his first to 5. And look, the theory makes sense. The team that's down in the series and especially at home to be the first to 5. But unfortunately, Dallas gets to 5 shots on goal first tonight in what has been just an absolutely pathetic start. Pathetic for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, if you're Edmonton, you know what you're thinking. And if you're an Oilers fan, maybe this is game 3 in reverse, where it's Dallas that has this incredible period. Then they kind of let off the gas and we get better and we take over. But I think that's asking a lot, assuming that might happen. Because the other game, I still think Dallas, the superior team, was the one that responded and got back into the game. Can Edmonton do it? I'm not as convinced. We'll see. But with a start like this, boy, just dreadful for the Edmonton Oilers. And like I said, if not for that desperation effort to poke the puck out of the crease with his goal stick by Skinner, it could have been 3-0 Stars. See if Edmonton can even just a couple of shifts in a row where they've got Dallas, just hemmed in, and they've got Dallas running around a little bit, just to get a couple of shifts like that for Edmonton to somewhat stem the tide, and we haven't seen one of those yet.
Yeah.
And another thing too is Chris Knobloch really shook things up tonight. Like one defenseman out, 2 new forwards out, and it looks like they're having a difficult time, getting comfortable with the new alignment right now. That's an issue too. I don't want to say panic move or desperation move, but that's a lot of fucking changes. And the guys you're putting in, Broberg. When's the last time Broberg's played? On the blue line. When's the last time Perry's played? It's been a while. These are guys that have been sitting for a long time. I mean, Dallas is just flying right now. Absolutely. And then they had another close chance just now. Yeah, if you're Edmonton, you've got to try to get things settled a little bit here. Yeah, Broberg hasn't played since Rich H. I knew it was a long time ago. April fucking 6th. April 6th is the last time Philip Broberg played.
Wow.
That's like almost 2 months. And you're throwing him into a game of this magnitude? Game 4, a game you almost have to have? Yeah, it does. It looks like Dallas is toying with them right now, Russell. It does. This is if you're an Oiler fan, you're very upset right now. And very, very distraught. April 6th, yeah, that's a long time to go without sending. It's not like you're throwing Broberg back into the lineup after not playing for a month and a half into a game in December.
Yeah, right.
Game 4 of the conference finals, man. It's a big difference. Wow. At this point for Edmonton, it's just, hopefully if you're them, you can maybe get this to a 1-goal game by the end of the period, and more importantly, just don't fall further behind.
Yeah.
Right now. There's nothing really for me to bet right now, unfortunately. Like, we've cashed our first period over, so anything in terms of that's out the window. Dallas is off to a great start. I'm not really trusting what I'm seeing out of Edmonton right now, so we're just we're standing pat right now. We'll probably reevaluate where things are at once we get into the first intermission. We'll see what we can find as far as the second period is concerned. As far as opportunities go, yeah, just one shot so far for the for the Edmonton Oilers. So not at all the kind of start they were hoping for in a game of this magnitude. I understand changing the lineup, Alex, because you lost the last game. It's just some of the decisions of who to put in.
Yeah,
in this spot. When you're talking about someone that hasn't played on the blue line in a month and a half, that is a risk-taking decision to make. And
it's an SOS call. That's what that is. It's an SOS call. You realize you don't have the defensive forces to keep up with it. You're playing Nurse. He's not playing well. You're playing CC. He's a bum. And now you're playing Broberg for the first time since April. That you're using your options because you don't have any options. Essentially.
I feel like when it rains, it pours for poor Darnell Nurse. And it does hurt me seeing him like this because he's a Hamilton boy. He's like me. He's from Hamilton. I cheer for him. I want him to do well. But my goodness, it's just, he had the tough game 2 with game 3, I should say, with Cece for the Oilers. And I think he's already -2 tonight on the blue line. Yeah, he's -2 for the both goals he was on the ice for. And it's just absolutely it's hard to watch when you see someone just struggling with their confidence like this. And unfortunately for Edmonton, that is Darnell Nurse right now. Like, he just got. He was hearing it from the media the last 2 days about how bad it was for him and Cody Ceci in game 3. And now he starts game 4. You'd think maybe, hey, here's an opportunity. Put that behind me. Just focus on playing, have a better game. And here we are into the first period, halfway through, and he's a -2 already. He was on the ice for both Dallas goals. So that's just tough stuff right now involving Darnell Nurse. Perlo, welcome in, my friend. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So are you happy with this start or not happy? Where are you at with this game? What did you bet?
I'm an Oilers fan, but I bet on Dallas.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a debacle. It's obvious that the depth is starting to wear down for the Oilers. Like you were just talking about Nurse, man. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be really too many defensemen that had to play alongside Cece. Cece's an absolute basket case. Like, people give it up, give Nurse all the because he's making $9 million a year, but Cece is absolutely horrible, especially in these playoffs. He's been terrible.
Yeah, it's been. This is what we were, a little bit concerned about with the Edmonton Oilers was that depth on defense. Like, these are guys that, for the most part, they're giving you as good an effort, or they're giving you effort. They're trying, but at the end of the day, they're being asked to play more minutes than they should. Nurse and Cece, and even Kulak. Kulak's had a rough start tonight too, and he's a guy that's played well at times on the back end for Edmonton. So, if you're the Oilers, it's just, don't make it worse here in the last 7 minutes of the first period. 5-2 are the shots in favor of Dallas. Still just 2 shots here in the opening period for the Oilers. The good news is, though, as long as it stays 2-0, it's a spot where if Edmonton can somehow get the next one, all of a sudden it's a game again. But, they got to put themselves in that kind of spot right now. No question. Yeah.
Dallas is set psychologically. You can see it in them. Like, Edmonton scores, though, just as we talked.
Did they? Oh, you might be ahead of me. I haven't seen it yet there, Perlo.
Oh, wow.
Did they? Oh, there it is. Oh,
McLeod
made a save. He could not find the rebound, and I think one of his own teammates contacted him. And so he was, he couldn't get to the puck because his own teammate hit him. Yeah.
Or was it Perry?
What is Ryan Suter doing there? Ryan Suter colliding into his own fucking goalie there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was bad.
He's got no chance for Ottinger there. How did he end up? How did takes him out.
Yeah. How did Suter end up like that? My gosh, that was not that's unreal. Why would he? I don't get that. He wasn't thrown in there. He wasn't
No. Well, that's going to count. That's definitely a good goal.
Oh, yeah, that's a good goal
for him. That's a good goal indeed because
and there's Edmonton to score the first.
There it is.
There you go.
So that's
both teams to score in the first. If anybody had that,
that's the first cashes in. So we're off to a great start here.
Olber's looking good halfway home.
No doubt.
I need one more goal from the Oilers here. I got draw first period on this one.
Oh, really? So you need them to tie it up then, basically. Good stuff with that. I'd like to welcome in, by the way, joining us now. This is someone who I interviewed, I think, a few years ago here on the show. It was during the summer. It was during the off season. One of our players' suite interview guests, Kevin Rain. He played over in England, Belfast, for a few years. He's now retired. He's working locally in his own community, northwestern Ontario, Dryden, and working with the young kids, the junior team there in that area. And it's his birthday. It was his birthday, I think, yesterday. So, Kevin, thanks for joining us. I wanted to send out the invite. Happy birthday, Kevin. Hope you're doing well.
What's going on? Not doing too bad. Had some homework to do before I felt I was able to jump on. Of course, previously you asked me to jump on the show. I was then able to tell you that I don't keep up much, to be completely honest with you. Play the game, don't necessarily watch the game, but see that the boys in Edmonton are down 2 right now.
Yeah, they just made it 2-1 a moment ago, so they're back in it. But and look, they've had an atrocious start, Kevin. So the fact that they're only down by 1, from your playing days, have you been in these spots where it seems like everything's going wrong in the first 5 or 10 minutes of a game, and you're down 2? Doesn't it feel like in hockey, even from your experiences, where if you don't give up the third goal and you don't fall down by 3, you feel like if you get the next one, it's a totally different game, right?
Of course. I mean, it's they're down in the series. I don't exactly know how it's gone for them, but every night's your night, right? They're going into this one. We got them. We're gonna play our game. We're just gonna stick to the plan. And then within a minute of the first, you're oh no, and then you get scored on again. Oh no. So it's a battle, right? You need your leadership to pull together, and you need to make sure that third one, as you say, doesn't happen. Because if that third one happens, then the bench starts questioning themselves, and people start getting frustrated, and then mistakes start to happen. You start gripping it. But when it happens as early as it has for them, being down this early in the game, there's so much time. You just have to clean slate it. You just have to shake it off and get back at it.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and that's where Edmonton's at. That was actually a big goal for them, Alex, when you think of it. It couldn't have started worse. They're getting basically they're in their own defensive zone for much of the period, and then all of a sudden they get that goal from McLeod. And there's, by the way, I forgot to mention, there's our plus, what is it, 7:30 or whatever it was.
7:30, yeah. 7:30
yeah,
or
to dabble in that. Ryan McLeod back into the lineup and on the scoreboard scoring a goal. That's definitely something. I'll throw that at Kevin since he's had the hockey experiences here. Someone that rejoins the lineup. Are they usually a good bet to score a goal in the first game back because they feel like they've got new life, They're back in the team. They're back in the flow. They're back with the boys again on the bench again. Doesn't that adrenaline just pulse through your veins, and it leads to them playing a better game and like I said, new life.
Yeah, like you say, there's an element of freshness. You hope that whoever's coming back into the lineup is able to rejuvenate the lineup. That said, how long have they been away, and what were they away for? What are they contending with? What have they been contending with? And so you might not be able to guarantee that, because there's also people that come back into the lineup that you got to let get their feet back under them. Hopefully that they're coming back and they're fresh, they're ready to rock, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, no question. And all of a sudden, Edmonton now has got life now. You can see they're starting to get skating again. They've carried the few shifts to against Dallas here in the offensive zone. So just like that, they get the one goal and they're back in it. So 2-1 Stars with about 5 minutes left in the first period. In your do you agree with the sentiment that if you're Canadian, you have to cheer for the Edmonton Oilers? I mean, for me, it's just the Canadian unity thing. I'm not as into that as I was when I was a kid. It's just enjoy great hockey. It doesn't have to be one Canadian team left, we got to cheer for them now.
I like what you had to say about being a fan of the sport rather than a particular team for any particular reason. Right. Do I want to see a Canadian team win it? Absolutely. Do I want to see them win it if they're not the better team? Well, then no, not necessarily. I think in the Vancouver-Edmonton series, I think that the population of Canadian-born players was high on the Edmonton side, but not so much on the Vancouver side. For that reason, I was for Edmonton. Would I love to see Canada have their cup, regardless of what team? Absolutely. But just depends what camp you're in.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's, I think, a critical element too when it comes to the
Oilers tied it up.
Actually, I was distracted because I have just seen it. Edmonton, man.
Come on, baby.
Holy mackerel.
Come on, first period plus 170, baby. I'm 5-1 in the playoffs this year on first period draws. And Alex knows this. I don't know if you maybe you don't go on and see.
I just saw the plays.
5-1 on first.
Evan Bouchard for Edmonton jumps up into the play, and then bad rebound by Ottinger. It's just one he likes to control a little better.
But now I also want Dallas to win. So yeah. And I also got the draw full game, so I covered my bases.
There you go. Nice.
Isn't it crazy how the sport can change, right? How a game can change. Like Edmonton is about they're basically playing like absolute ass for 8 to 10 minutes. You can't play worse. Yeah. And then just all of a sudden they get the first goal and now it's tied. And it's a completely different, it's game on again now, 2-2, and the building's back into it. And all of a sudden that onslaught that Dallas had in the first 10 minutes has disappeared. And here we are 2-2 now. What a crazy first period here. Just nuts, but great job by Edmonton. Give them credit. I mean, they're staring down the gauntlet of, whoa, nothing is going right. And now here they are all of a sudden tied again, 2-2. So what a response here by the Oilers. And like I said, the crowd going nuts. So, Kevin, you said that, you were kind of like wanting Edmonton to beat Vancouver just simply because there's a few more Canadians on the Oilers team. So then that means you were against what the Bruins fans were doing in that Toronto series. And we've talked about this, Alex and I, on this show for years, Kevin, where sometimes in the States, especially when Bruins are playing Leafs or Rangers are playing the Oilers or, Red Wings are playing the Canucks, or if it's an American team versus a Canadian team, they're going to chant USA, USA, USA. And we heard that chant, Kevin, during the Bruins Leafs series. And it's like, stop it. It makes no sense to be doing that. You do realize Brad Marchand, your captain, is Canadian, right? You do understand that? Like when you're chanting USA, USA, it's fine to do it when it's Canada and USA or international hockey. But to me, when it's Bruins and Leafs, I never understand why you would chant that, especially when so many players on your own team, the Boston Bruins, are Canadian.
But it's about the city, right? Because if that was the case, I mean, like what Kevin said is really profound. He said that there's more Canadians on Edmonton than Vancouver, so by default, he was rooting for Edmonton. That's something I never thought of. Okay, yeah, right, because there's other European players and stuff like that. Me, I don't give a shit. All right, I root for one team, and if it's an American team and a Canadian team in the final, it's just whoever I like more or just whoever I have money on. Like I don't have any of that national bias. I don't even watch international hockey. So with that being said, but I get where other people stand, obviously for their nations, and I get because I know because my mom's one of those people. My mom would probably, root for any American team over a Canadian team, just straight off the teams. But it's just like I said, I guess it just depends on just kind of with different people and stuff. But I've never made it a big deal. I always thought it was funny, the whole running joke of like, oh, the U.S. has had the Stanley Cup for 31 years, because I never thought about that until it was mentioned, and it was mentioned to me by a Canadian like 15, 16 years ago, where it's just like, I feel like Canada and Canadians care more about that streak than Americans.
They're the only ones infatuated with that, the 31-year Canadian Cup drought. The Americans don't fascinate on that all the time, probably. Yeah.
Everyone just needs a story and a narrative of some kind, right? And so which one are they going to lean into? What are we chanting? What are we saying? Who do we want the cup? Well, it doesn't really matter to me, but I'd love McDavid to win one, right? It's just all a story or an idealization of how people are trying to see things.
I like the idea of franchises that have never won. So, like, to have seen a Vancouver or right now seeing a Florida, for them to get their first cup, I think that's a cool thing. That's something I would be cheering for more than anything else, as far as a narrative-based thing.
Yeah.
Well, it could be argued both ways that it could be better for the sport if somewhere like Florida is being able to hoist that cup, but then it's also good for the sport if Toronto's with it. It's like we can agree on that in all different directions.
And then you get places like where I'm here in St. Paul, Minnesota, where I hear people, last year there were people bitching up a storm. Oh, you got Vegas and Florida. They don't even have ice in any of those places. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, we're past that. There's hockey all over the world right now. Like, okay, there's hockey in Mexico City. So and there hasn't been ice there in ages. So, like, let's not harbor on that. Like, it's all about, like I said, there's great players from around the world. There's great teams all over North America. And there's good narratives and good storylines every year with any given team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, actually. One of the things that I know, like, pretty much every player on every team and all that, like you guys as well. But one thing I'm not good at is I don't know what country everybody's from. I don't think of players as, like, from Canada or from the United States. They're just great players. Usually the only reason why I know where they come from is I start looking at the Olympic rosters or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, they're Canadian? Oh, cool. We'll put them over here. But I didn't, before that, I don't even pay attention to it. To me,
it's like my grandma. My grandma was a hardcore baseball fan, White Sox fan, like the rest of the family. And if you had asked her what nationality Jose Contreras and Alexa Ramirez are, she would have just told you they were black. She didn't know they were from Cuba or the Dominican Republic or anything like that. She just literally saw them and they're black or they're white. Like, she didn't know what countries they were from. So, like, you have that.
And they're loved equally because they play for my team.
That's exactly right. So that's the thing. It's like, so you have people. Yeah. So the only reason I knew as a kid where people were from was because of just all the names and just kind of knowing the etymology of certain names. And then I look at a roster and I see where they're from. But yeah, there's a lot of people who may not know where everybody is actually from, especially when you talk about between Canadian and American. If you were to give a list of 15 hockey player names and just ask somebody who they could be a legitimate hockey fan, are they Canadian or American? They may not get all those right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got the draw. Sorry.
Congratulations. Perlo just cashed Kevin the draw. Plus 170.
6-1, your last
first period to be tied.
6-1 in the playoffs on first period draw.
Very nice.
Wow. Congratulations.
Well done, Perlo. That's well done, my friend.
Congratulations.
Hey,
Gaucho's back with us now on the beautiful Lake Michigan. He showed the scenery. Can you show us that background again one more time? Or are you gone?
Yeah, absolutely.
The setting too is great.
It's even better,
especially now. The sun's setting right now. Let's see that. Look at that. Oh, I wish I was at the cottage right now.
Yeah,
that's a gorgeous view.
Yeah, Ian can relate. He's around this area in the lakes and whatnot. I only get a chance to get up here so much. It's transcendent. It's just absolutely beautiful.
No, it definitely looks.
I love every second that I can spend here.
Exactly. Stay there is what I would say for as long as you possibly can, because that's a gorgeous view. So I got to ask the birthday boy here, Kevin, did you get any special gifts the last 24 hours? Or is it just, you're like me, I don't get many gifts now. I'm an old man now. So gift giving and for my birthday is not much of a thing anymore.
Yeah, no, I got myself a new pair of kicks and, a lot of family time spent. And I was actually working throughout my birthday, but somehow my girlfriend was able to get one of the guys to bring in a cake, and that was very, very cool. You thank your buddy for, hey man, like appreciate it. Like would have seen my like Facebook birthday or whatever. Like wouldn't have been somebody who's watching. He's like, no, thank your girlfriend. Like she made sure this happened. I was like, very nice, very nice. So cool day to feel the love and to see all the messages incoming, and it's a day like that you really appreciate what you got.
Well, and it's why everyone's giving you birthday wishes, because you're genuine, you're kind, you've been outspoken too about and Alex too, especially because in our Ice Guys fam, he's been battling for years, mental struggles and all kinds of that, and you've always been outspoken, Kevin, about that. And that's a great thing. You've been trying to help people, create awareness for that. You've been trying to help your own community right now in Dryden. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, just transitioning from stop and playing, because I'm sure that was a difficult day. You've been playing hockey, junior, a little bit pro over there with the Belfast Giants. And from what I understand, they've run a pretty friggin' great organization there over the years, the Belfast. They've not only been great on the ice, but apparently everything off the ice is just top notch with the Belfast Giants organization in that EIHL. But that transition initially must have been tough, because you played for so many years, and just finding, how do I make the most of life on a day-to-day basis now post hockey, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can empathize with anybody transitioning career-wise or away from the game. Having transitioned away from the game, I understand what guys are contending with when they do that. You dedicate and commit your whole life to one thing, right? And you do that in kind of like an all costs, at any cost manner, right? And so then you get to a point in your career, at least speaking for myself, where the NHL dream was gone, and I was playing in Belfast, and it was kind of like I had too many chips down on the table already, and it was kind of like for a lack of a better idea or different direction, right? It's like, man, I'm all in, and here I am in Belfast, and so I'm contending with, what am I going to do next? And well, I can't do anything next, because I still have to keep going with this, keep going. It's like, no, dude, like, it's okay. You gotta move on to whatever comes next. But so, anybody that's ever played will tell you, play as long as you can. And I understand why. Anything that happens next will be there. And it's all about just making sure that you're having conversations with the people closest to you. We were able to join in conversation, and that was you simply reaching out to see that you saw what I was up to, and that you wanted to be part of that. And it's a very special thing to have conversations where people are opening up, and they're able to be kind of the dude, same kind of mentality, right? Yeah. To be able to connect over the challenges, and to admit that things are challenging, and to just be honest about that, and just to be like, yeah, man, I feel you.
What our challenges are. Yeah, and what our challenges are, Alex, in this business, in sports handicapping, sometimes our best friends are our own four walls, for a large part of the year, aren't they?
Yes.
Like, it's amazing just how we're inundated. We're just dragged down with just work nonstop, round the clock, especially September to April, when you've got those 8 months where it's football, and then it's hockey and basketball all at once. And then even when football goes away, it's still hockey and basketball, which takes up just a ton of your time. And you feel, where are those release points? Where are those points to just escape, and do other things? And it's difficult. And like I say, it's definitely one of our biggest hurdles in terms of just personal, emotions and dealing with it.
We were talking about it a little bit yesterday on the Patreon Betcast, though, about how November and October, where especially as the time changes, there are days in November I don't see the sun. I wake up and it's dark, and I'm here on my computer and I'm working in different things, and then I turn around and look out and it's dark outside. So it's like when you have that for 3 or 4 days in a row, and then it turns into a couple of weeks, and then you just so like you're bogged down. You don't even have time to cook food. You're just ordering things. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of stuff. It builds and wears on you at times, and it's part of the grind. It's what we signed up for. Like, we're not complaining about it, but it's something you still have to find a way to navigate through yourself. And like you said, I don't have kids. I'm single. I'm here in this place all the time. So the thoughts are constantly spinning in your head. And you have to kind of get a hold of that.
No. That commitment to the craft, right? That pursuit of doing something and doing it well,
Yeah.
You know, I know myself, a big question I'm always asking myself now is kind of like, at what cost? You know,
Sure.
with the acknowledgement that the previous pursuit was at a
Sure.
very, very high cost. It was at the cost of the balance of any other pillar in my life. It was at the cost of the time spent with family. It was at the cost of, you go down that list, man, and we can all go down that list. Anybody
Sure.
that's doing something and doing something hard and in a committed fashion. And, you know, so again, just everybody's doing some version of that.
Right.
I'm not special because I got to do something that I spent a lot of time at, or that cost me, you know, because we're all doing that.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, like just acknowledging that, and I need some time away. I need to call this friend. I need to lock out some time where somehow I don't have to be focused on this and everything that it takes to stay on top of it all. But so, yeah. 100%.
This is the voice we need in our heads, Alex, during September, October, November. It's Kevin. It's words of wisdom that he's dropping right now. It's like,
truly.
It's going to be okay. You know, even though you're working your fucking ass off and running yourself ragged, essentially.
And even this time of year, and this time of year, obviously it's less because we're talking about we're down to one game for the rest of the way. But at the same time, it seems to almost be so much because it's repetitive, right? We're alternating the teams. We're talking about the same 4 teams and the same group of players for 3-4 weeks at a time. And I hate to repeat myself, just normally. So it's like to battle through that in itself. And I enjoy this. I enjoy our shows. I enjoy all of it. But at the same time, you can still get more. You like your favorite food. You don't eat your favorite food every single fucking day. Like that's kind of the loop you get into at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Trying to find a balance. I'm a capper, and I have family on top of it.
Goose.
Like,
there he is. Goose is with us now. And by the way, you talk about the trials and tribulations that Alex and I go through throughout the year as cappers, especially in the busy time. We also have Matt Robinson in now. He's going through the trials and tribulations of what the fuck was that last 10 minutes of the period of the period.
Not stressed at all. That's the worst
by the way,
period for them.
Cheers, brother.
That's their worst period every game, the whole playoffs.
Cheers,
that's
man.
gonna be the worst period. I feel pretty good about things. They get a break, they score a nice goal. Jamie Benn had a nice goal in game 2, and they got completely outplayed and ended 1-1. And then that Lindell goal was sort of one of those seeing eye shots that Vegas had, I think, in game 2 of that Dallas Vegas series. So, or actually it was game 1 after the beginning of the second period. But yeah, that you knew Edmonton wasn't going to roll over and die. They're a Final 14 for a reason. So, again, I side big with Pete DeBoer as far as making adjustments. He's been so lights out about it all series, but even all playoffs. So I would expect him to come out with some different looks, and again, that tends to run other teams the other way. So again, it's unfortunate. I'd way rather be up 2-0 if I was Dallas, but no harm, no foul.
No, you're going to go into the second period. It's a reset, right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right.
If I can follow up on that, if I can follow up on that real quick, I had that Edmonton first to 5 shots on goal.
Nice.
It was 0.
Not nice tonight.
No, true enough. I guess not.
0 to 5 to the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
0 to 5. Yeah. Guess what happened after that? 9 in a row. So I hate to see it. Clearly, you can argue that the momentum is on Edmonton's side, but I think Matt's right. I think I have a lot of belief in DeBoer. I already have a lot invested in Dallas. Right. I'm inclined to reinvest. I want to see a minute or two of the next period. Yeah. But I'm inclined to take Dallas Stars money line at some point in this game. And that's the way I'll look.
All right.
Well, and just one more reason why I feel pretty optimistic is, I'm sure if you follow me on Twitter, I went 8-0 in that period with bets.
With all your picks.
I had like 4 or 5 prop bets. I had the first period over. I had Dallas over half, over 1.
Jesus.
Wyatt Johnston, first Dallas goal scorer, plus 700. Like,
nice.
So it's tough to be upset after that period, knowing that I'm looking good. And also, I mentioned to you guys, Ian and Alex, in the group text with my little brother that the only bet I think I was going to lose was the Jake Onger saves, and because Edmonton turned it back on, now that's fully alive again. So
yeah, that's something like.
Well, I
needed them to
mentioned
kinda
that
come
too.
back.
I talked to Matt's younger brother, Rob, earlier, and he said that he liked he liked Dallas' first 5 shots on goal, and it made sense given the narrative. If you listen to those press conferences, they all talked about it. They all said we got to turn this first period around. We can't keep losing this first period. Well, he said that he didn't like my bet. I didn't realize that he bet Dallas first 5, but sure as fucking hell he did. So hats off to Ryan Robinson, because he cashed one while I lost one.
Just so that Kevin knows, Matt Robinson here, you see him. He's a Dallas Stars fan, originally from Plano, Texas. Played actually college hockey in Arkansas, and is still playing semi-pro now. And he's living in Reno, Nevada right now. But is a Dallas Stars fan, originally from Texas, as is his brother Ryan, who's playing at Arizona State in college hockey right now. So they're big Dallas fans. So they've got a lot riding on this game, definitely, in this series. Yeah.
And they're both great cappers. I will say that, and I'm humbled and grateful to say that they're friends of mine. So
very good. Yep.
Cheers to the Robinson brothers.
We brought him in the middle of the season. We said the Robinsons are going to be involved in the Ice Guys show moving forward, and it's been great. And Ryan too, Matt especially, because Matt's on the show twice a week, but Ryan as well. Even though Matt and Ryan they'll be brothers at times, where they'll bump heads every now and then, and jokingly jab one another. But at the end of the day, they're both pretty good brothers. I will say that. What do you think, Matt?
Only natural. Yeah.
Did a nice little beautiful moment right there.
Yeah. I would also say we're closer brothers than most brothers that are 10 years apart. So,
there's a big age gap. You're right. Yeah. There is. Yeah. Yep. It's the way it should be. Always be close with the family. You're close with the family. Kevin's a family man too, of course. Kevin, I want to ask too about now that you found involvement still with the game in hockey, because you are involved with that junior A team locally, the Dryden Ice Dogs there. What's exactly your role with that group right now? I think you're coaching.
Well, you put your name in the hat, and then they draw it, and then they ask for a little more, and next thing you know, you're covering all aspects of this thing. So we're currently amidst recruiting sponsorship and trying to get people back on board for next season. Of course, volunteerism and sponsorship makes junior A hockey run. But so we're making a lot of outreach to the community here locally. I got a spreadsheet of 175 odd local businesses, which is wild to me, having never, from a town of 7,000, 8,000 people, you think, there's not much going on, especially as somebody who aspired to, go play hockey for a living and get out of here, right? My dream was always to get out of this town. But so to be done playing hockey back here,
now you're right back in it
in this way. I played a short while with the Dogs, and then they're close to my heart, but no, getting to work with the team in all ways. I'm going to be on the ice with them in some capacity or another. That was a funny conversation too, where it's, my gear still has its bag tags on it. I didn't touch it all last season.
Wow.
But so would you ever want to get out on the ice with the boys? Yeah, for sure. And it wasn't 2 days later where they're like, so we want to give you a title. I'm like, oh, okay, guys. All right. But so so on the ice, off the ice, social media, you look at their socials, and my girlfriend and I, are quite, handy with the social media type stuff. And so it's a local team that's been around for so many years. It's, make the Ice Dogs cool again kind of thing, right? Inject some, rejuvenate a little bit and throw some personality behind it. And no, it's really, really cool. Really excited.
Did it feel like getting the word out about the team, it needed improvement before they brought you in? Like they just needed to get the community a little bit more behind the team? Is that where it was at?
Well, I mean, we're talking about narratives, right? We were talking about that before. That was 15 minutes ago. There always needs to be a story. There always needs to be a plot line. There has to be something to get behind it. So, at least this year now, we're a new look and feel on and off the ice. We've got a brand new coaching roster. It's when you're a junior team and you're flying by the seat of your pants, it's kind of, have we been accepting donation or making partnerships? Well, we've kind of been accepting donations. Like, all right, well, let's build partnerships. Let's elevate this thing. I want to make sure that we're in the community, that we're not sending each other emails that call for, hey, need this ASAP. No. Let's be proactive, not reactive. But so, again, that's what's my role? I don't know. That sounds like a whole lot of blurred lines to me from what I was able to just describe.
There you go. But it is, like I say, I'm in a town too with a junior team, the Dundas Blues outside of Hamilton. And I thought my town was small, 22,000. I thought that was small. My goodness, Kevin's talking about Dryden here, not even 8,000 population in that town. It's near Kenora, right? It's like that part of northwestern Ontario, right? Pretty close to Kenora.
About an hour and a half away from Kenora. We're right halfway between Thunder Bay and Winnipeg. It's 3.5 hours to the nearest airport, and one's in Winnipeg and one's in P-Bay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was in that vicinity there in northwestern Ontario, small town.
Hey.
But you're definitely more small town than big city, right? That's definitely your preference.
Yeah. No, excited to be home and here for good reason. And I think I've seen enough of the big city. I want to be at home. So.
All right, look who's back. Sammy P, Mr. Sammy Paniatovich there with us here on the Betcast once again. Sammy, how's the first period treating you? It's 2-2, Dallas and Edmonton. What were you on pregame on this one?
What do you think, Clyde? How was that first period with the first period over? We liked it, right? Didn't
there
we?
You go. Yeah. I would say you liked it a lot. Yeah.
Hell of a call by Alex. I do have some Dallas pre-flop plus 120 too. Took the high side of that. So nice period though for Matt Robb, huh? I saw his tweet, hit like 8 bets or whatever in that period.
Yeah, I think I had like 12 or 13 pregame bets. Obviously, some pretty small prop bets and stuff like that. But it was like, of the 8 guys I had prop bets, it was like the 6 points that Dallas had, or maybe 5 of them. I don't think I had Lindell as a prop, but I had Stankoven, Miro, Wyatt Johnston, Jamie Benn, and I think I forget who got the other assist on that first goal, but yeah, great start to say the least.
Hell of a period. Short answer: did we make any second period bets? I just got in.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Doesn't mean I won't, but we're going to wait to see how this period starts, because that was just such a crazy first period where it seemed it's like Bob Cole, the great Bob Cole, rest in peace. Everything is happening, as he would say. That was a period, definitely. Everything was happening with that start. Like, couldn't have started worse for Edmonton, down 2-0, and then bam, they tie it up, and it was like a different last 10 minutes. But yeah, I'd want to point out Heiskanen and Ben. Ben got 2 assists. Heiskanen and Harley also got assists on the Dallas goals.
I'm going to take a back seat here to you guys. Alex, I invited our guy Bob Lupton to hop in here.
Oh, yeah.
I know he had first period over, so if he joins, let him join the madness, I guess. But it's good to be here with y'all, and let's make some money.
That's right, and cheers to everyone joining us. We appreciate it here on the Betcast as well. Second period underway here with the Stars and the Oilers. It's funny you mentioned
any good.
Bob Lupton is someone I've noticed. I've seen his name on Twitter, and I'm like, I know you knew him, Alex. Danny knows him as well. Bob, welcome into the show, Betcast. How are you?
Thanks a lot. I'm doing well. Well, I'd be better if we were a 2-0 lead still, but we're fine.
Right.
Of course, yeah. Long game to go. It's one of those deals where, these players can't panic when it's 2-2. They've got to keep playing, just like we, right? We got to keep watching. That's what I always tell people when they go through the ups and downs and the emotional swings, right?
Yeah.
Where for Dallas, you're riding high early, you score 2 goals, then you give up 2, and it's the reverse for Edmonton, where you're down 2 goals early, then you tie it up, and then the emotional swings where you're down and then you're up again, and then you're up and then you're down. Just take a deep breath. It's a 60-minute game. The players got to keep playing through the highs and lows and the ups and downs. Fans just keep watching, right? Through the highs and lows and the ups and downs. Let nature take its course, and let's see what ends up happening here, right? I mean, the players got to function through the ups and downs, So the fans will be able to handle themselves through it. Goose, by the way, how are you? We haven't seen you for a while. How are things?
So as everybody knows, we got 2 dogs in the house. One of them is now wearing the cone of shame. She had a little bit of a surgery, so we're kind of dealing with that. Come the first or second week of June, Goose is going to have an announcement, but I can't say shit until then. So
you're pregnant? You pregnant again?
Yeah, I am. Can't you tell?
I thought you couldn't announce it.
Right? Well, you got to have the big reveal and the whole bit. So
Goose is going.
I've been working on it for the last year. So
right, I got the nice.
You got to get an abortion, if you will. And what I mean by that is we got to lose weight, of course.
If I could jump in, I got a live bet. I'm going to go a trifecta of draws. I'm going to take draw second period at plus 190 right now. So
what's the bet? I'm sorry, you fell out at the end there. What's the bet?
I had draw first period. I had draw full game, and I'm taking draw second period at plus 190.
You know it, Taylor.
I like it.
And there's my man Landon. I missed you dancing on the TV, dude. I even went back and tried to watch the game. I can't find you.
Nah, I didn't see it either. I just heard about it in the comments. I was like, wait a minute. Trying to get my
video. You haven't seen the video yet?
No, my wife was like, "You wanted to send it to you." Was it Ryan? Did Ryan was
Ryan
keeping the video?
Wait, DM me on Twitter. I'll send it to you.
You send me your video, and
I don't got it. I'll send you an email. I'll get Ian to get my people and back to your people, so we can party. We can beat people, but not with Diddy.
No, Diddy.
Dude, where did you have that black hat? That black on black Ice Guys hat? Was that Ice Guys hat I saw like 2 Betcasts ago?
You're not going outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at the store.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the black snapback, and then I have the black. Hold on.
Whoops. Fuck you.
I have the black flex fit hat as well.
No,
which we need to get redone because we need to put something on the back of it. So.
Hey, Pearl.
Yeah.
Is that
draw season?
Period draw, Pearl.
We had the draw season.
Plus 180.
Yeah, that's probably what he's looking at, Sam.
I mean, shit.
Right.
I didn't notice Landon jumped in till now. Cheers, my guy. It's good to see you.
¿Qué pasó, amigo? How you doing?
Great to see a Stars guy up in here. Somebody with some.
Oh man, they're not hard to find around here. They're like you gotta call pest control to keep them out.
I know. You throw a fucking cat, you hit a Stars fan.
Yeah, this has been a Stars heavy kind of a group this year. It's gonna be a shame in 2 years when the Hawks are good. And we're gonna be like,
until 2 years. Oh, okay, buddy.
That was plus 190. I got it at the draw in the second.
I just took 180. I'm happy with
what
180.
is
cool.
180.
What is Hawks to make the playoffs next year? What does that future look like?
10-1.
I know what they do in free agency.
No, but I'm saying take it now. What do you think? That's a good little Hail Mary value bomb.
Plus 2,000.
10 to 1, greater than that. No, Sam.
Until Arvid Soderblom's off the active roster.
They'll bet 20 because of Bedard and they'll bet 20. So
until Soderblom's off the active roster, you can't possibly bet that. Once he's gone, then you can maybe entertain the idea slightly, ever so slightly. But as of right now,
but they won't.
Yeah, get him off the roster, and when Kane is still live to go to Chicago, then you're live to bet that.
Well, Kane's on the Gronkowski play. He's going to join like 2 months in.
I get pocket fives this year for my birthday, so that's how old I am. Fuck me.
I'll be Tony Esposito years old in a couple.
There you go. Yeah. So I got a quick story, and Landon, when I find the video, I'll tag you on X on it.
Oh, Landon, yeah, I forgot to bring Landon.
You might have seen this.
Oh, it's all good. No introduction needed. Stars fan, fucking bandwagon Stars fan.
Back in 2012, 2013 for the 100th Grey Cup. Were you watching it? Prior to the game, I was the guy that went up and held the camera, and I was screaming into the CTV camera. I didn't know it was CTV. I had my face painted with a horse on it. I won a trip from Calgary Sun, trip down to Toronto, 2 tickets for the Grey Cup, stayed in the Chelsea. They put me up, and they gave me $1,000 in spending money.
Are you like fan of the game or some shit?
Yeah, it was a contest in the paper here in Calgary. I answered it. They called me and they're like, "Hey, you're going to Toronto." I'm like, "Fantastic! I'll phone my mother and my father so I can see my family while I'm there."
That's cool.
Yeah, it was, but I didn't realize there was a guy walking through the crowd with like outside with a camera. So I walk up and I'm friend of mine videotaped it because they were watching the game, and it was prior to the game. So if anybody was watching that day, you might have actually that was an early goose shot.
Might have catch the goose flocking away.
And let me tell you, we walked right down Toronto. So Yonge Street's the main street. You walk right down Yonge Street, and you're 2 blocks away from the Dome. So we had a couple travelers, rum and Sprite in the Sprite can bottles. So I was drinking those all the way
in
down.
Texas, we call them roadies.
Yeah, right. Same thing. Yeah. So but that was a good night. Yeah, we got to see Kim Mitchell, April Wine, Big Sugar in concert the night before. But yeah, it was good. Good game too, right? But
there you go. Might as well go first.
Toronto fans are assholes.
That's the part I can't say was a good game. It was a shit game at the end. And had a little bone to pick with the Edmonton fans. I was leaving, right? And I had a real respectful exchange with one guy, 3 Edmonton fans. I had my kid. You could tell he was kind of heartbroken at the double OT. I've been standing the whole time, had to piss for 2 periods, like dancing, right? And I just wanted to get home. Either way, I was like, my bet's over's busted, so it don't matter. Like daddy's happy either way, right? We had a good time. Yeah. You know, I don't know, unless I get my goal scorer. I forget what I think I said Marchman or someone like that to Ian. I called him in like when we were sitting in the seats. But anyways, we were leaving and it's sitting down. Hey, Edmonton, hey, you know, good game, Edmonton fan, you know, they're sitting down and we're walking away and then here's one guy, good thing they gave you those towels so you have something to dry your tears with.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, we're gonna talk shit to me and my 10-year-old kid. I bet you won't talk to this little hockey, you know, rink over here, like rink rats walking around with the mullets and shit. And I'm like, let's go to Hooters, son. Get some wings.
All Canadians are nice is the biggest fallacy going. Biggest lie going. Yep.
Well, that was interesting. That was the most intense hockey game I've ever been to in my life. Like, as far as, you know, I could only equate football, and that would honestly be like Texas high school football as far as how much intensity.
Like a high
the
school
pro level, it's not there,
game.
right? Yeah, it's
yeah.
But anyways, it was a cool experience. I'm glad y'all got to see some of my drunken buffoonery. I still ain't seen that shit, so definitely, Ian, you got to figure out a way that you can get that clip from Alex and email it my way or throw the drive link. No, I was just trying to get the kid on TV because he knows where the camera is all the time. He's like, Dad, it's over there. It's over there. I'm like,
nice. That's
dude, I only got like 3 moves.
I have those moments like 10 times a year, you know, where I just lose myself dancing in a moment of weakness. And there you go. It's not
if you ain't dancing, you ain't having fun. And if you're not having fun, put yourself in the ground. Plain and simple.
That's right.
That's the way by the way, I wasn't here for the hell of a bet. First period over. Bob and I had first period over. I will drink the first period over.
I will do that as well. Cheers.
By the way, Kevin had to run, but we appreciate him joining us as well earlier. That guy's got a great perspective on life. That guy's like almost like he's actually been somewhat of a sounding board for me when I've gone through tough times.
Ooh, the Wild Turkey 101.
It was really fun to hear from him.
That's good bourbon, Sam. That's
talking
good
about
bourbon.
sounding board for going through tough times.
Well, I don't know if fun is the right word, but it was great to hear from him.
Because that's the fallacy too, that the sports betting industry workers, life is gold and everything's great. Everything's just wonderful.
Sam, if you can find that, buddy.
That's Eagle Rare is outstanding. I love that.
I've been nursing that for about 2 years now because I only pull that out for myself.
2 years.
Hell yeah, that's
in the last 2 weeks in this thread.
Oh, yeah, no. I pound my maker's mark on my Wild Turkey like no tomorrow, but my Eagle Rares that's a saver.
That's a good call.
I can't with maker's mark anymore. After drinking a half a bottle at a strip club 10 years ago, I just make it mark.
No, we've been slapping makers around here all night. So.
It's fantastic. Oh, it's fantastic. It's just that, just don't ever drink a half a bottle.
Well, for me, the makers, the Eagle Rare is 95 a bottle up here in Calgary.
Yeah, but that's high here too. I think it might be what is it? Eagle Rare is like 60 or 70 here in the States.
You can't even find it.
Yeah,
you can't even find it.
If you can find it,
here.
Yeah. But I can walk into Costco because our Costco in Alberta is a liquor store as well. I can buy a 1.4 liter bottle of Maker's Mark for $60.
Okay, yeah,
It's a big ass fucking bottle.
Same rate, yeah. So the 175s here, but yeah.
Yeah. So
now a lot of the Canadians, you guys really pay up for that stuff. You know,
we get hosed.
Yeah, they get screwed.
Yeah.
We get hosed.
Yeah.
It's
really
what
bad.
it's what we refer to as our sin tax, right? If you're a smoker or a drinker or now a puffer, the government just taxes the shit right out of it because they know they can get away with it, right?
Yep.
Y'all got a lot of great weed options, though.
Yeah.
Great,
a pack of smokes up here is I watched some guy buy a pack in a 7-Eleven the other day. It was $24 for a pack of fucking smokes.
20 to 24. Yeah.
$24 one
Here
pack.
in Alberta, you can get them for 20.
Yeah,
people in Chicago are writing about $12 to $15 increases over the last decade. $24 for a pack of smokes?
Yep.
Hey, how much is a pre-roll, Goose? Like a G worth of pre-roll, or you use different? Is a like a gram in a pre-roll. How much does that run?
So I could, if I wanted to, I could go down to the local shop and buy 3 pre-rolls. I think it comes in at 1.3 grams for like $18 max.
Oh yeah, see,
for a really good
Way
strain,
better.
right?
Cheaper than cigarettes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, just get you 3 joints and you be set all day rather than a pack of smokes.
Right.
Sure.
Second period
Yeah,
drop.
we are
plus
getting
115.
robbed, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm going to take Dallas to score in the second period plus 120.
You better not.
Great price rate.
You better not, Ian.
Well, it's a great price. They're a good second period team. Certainly been a better second period team than first period team.
As long as
Hey, I had that moment earlier, where you're like, oh, glad I'm glad I missed that opportunity. I didn't take that bet, right? Dallas up 2-0 because I didn't jump on. I went more on the total side over. And I said, didn't go money line. I saw them up 2-0. Said shit. And then the 2-2 at the end of after I put the kids down for bed, I said, yes.
Where are you, okay?
What's up?
Sorry, I'm reading the chat as well. I'm doing
Oh, no, my bad. Yeah, no. So I was
bad.
thinking this, that opportunity when it hits the Stars money line, I mean, anything plus 115 or better is still good. Like, what are you looking at right now, Ian? Are you looking at next goal though, right?
No, this is not next goal. This is just Dallas over 0.5. Dallas to score a goal in the second period. Plus
team total, second period only.
Yeah.
Stars to win plus 118, Landon. That's a high side I see. Plus 118 right now.
But still at the pregame value, because I was looking at it too. I was interested. Why was it it was hung on 115 all day? And at least to where I saw, because I have very limited options. But
yeah,
I knew Edmonton was going to come out to play. These boys aren't going to just lay down and Dallas rolled in there.
Funny thing is, though, they didn't come out to play, but they eventually did.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's what I figured CT stood for. Okay. I can see over 1.5 right now, plus 175 for the period. What do we got left? 12 and change?
12.5 minutes. Yeah.
Let
like
that
that.
be 3-3.
I'm gonna take it over
Yeah,
1.5.
I thought Edmonton would come out to play too. I've been riding the same trend with these first 5 shots on goal. Edmonton did not come out to play for the first 10 minutes.
Oh, they did not.
They came out to play once they went down 2-0. Then they came out to play.
Yeah,
I was surprised. My kid told me the score. I was like, "What?"
That got him going. The first goal.
Same when I turned it on, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, if you're Edmonton, you should be hitting that ice like right away, hard running. Like, let's go. You had to get on to Dallas. Like, you can't afford to get down. They were lucky to get back from 2-0 and be 2-2 at the end of the first. They should consider themselves fucking lucky at this point.
They should be thankful Ryan Suter plays on the other team to run into his own goaltender. Really hurt them. That's what got Edmonton going on that first goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that one over a few times too.
He just ran over his own goalie. Took him right out.
out.
No way he could stop that on the rebound. Yep. Wide open net for McLeod.
I'm very invested in Dallas, but for the purposes of tonight, give me more Dallas. It's I don't know if this is like a triple or quadruple down at this point, but I could only look that way. I don't trust Oilers. I don't trust Skinner.
No, not now. You can't. Right? You just can't. There's
I'm
too
an
many
Oilers
holes.
fan, and I had Dallas today.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. We were talking.
Their defense is starting to show.
Really, Perlo? Not interesting.
Gaucho, last week we talked about Wyatt Johnson. Remember, like 30-1 to win Conn Smythe. Like that, I thought at that point before the series, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good bet.
I've got Wyatt Johnson on the Conn Smythe.
What do you got odds?
I got him at 22-1 when I grabbed it.
Yep.
Right. So now he's kind of quieted down. Hyman might actually, depending on, like right now, I think Hyman still is 18-1. I think.
Yeah.
So if you think Edmonton's going to get through, because he's got, I think I heard 13 goals already this playoff. Is that right? Sounds right. Something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
And then the other stat I heard this morning, and this one was why I thought Edmonton would come out hard. After a loss, they're 4-1 or 5-1 in this playoff, and after a loss between McDavid has 21 points and Draisaitl has 19 between the two of them. So after a loss in the playoffs, that's what they've accounted for. That's why I thought for sure, to look at Edmonton coming out in the first period, I thought that was an easy bet. But right, they started slow, but again, they've picked it up. So good on them. Right now, it's you're back to even. So now, what are you going to do? But
I mean,
I heard you guys talking earlier. Go ahead.
Have
Sorry.
demons. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
This Edmonton team, man, they have demons, they have ghosts, and they live in this building.
Yep. In
this fucking building. Dallas, great road team, 6-1 in these playoffs. They know how to. And if you look back to that 6-1, if you look back to their whole playoff run, most of them are coming back from a deficit.
Yes. Yeah.
They're comfortable playing. In an intense game where they have to win.
The problem is, though, coming back like the first, second round is okay. Third round, you're now into like your four teams. I think we can all agree that if you were to ask for the goalies in order, your bottom one would be Skinner, and then your top three is probably Shesterkin, Ottinger, and goalie Bob. Take your pick.
We said exactly that last night.
Fair.
Right? So something along that line. But you get in the third round, you can't take a break. Like you can't not show up for 10 minutes and figure you're gonna be okay. Like you might be able to do it a game, maybe two, but you can't start every game like that because you're not going to get anywhere. Right. So that's why I kind of figured, like I was saying, like I honestly thought Edmonton would come out. I thought it would be a hot period. 2-1 Edmonton, maybe 2-0.
It was actually close, 2-2, but
yeah, but when I turned it on, it was 2-0 Dallas. Like I was listening to you guys for a half hour before I came on because I was making dinner for me and the wife.
Yeah.
And every time I looked at the TV, Dallas was on them. Right?
Yeah.
Dallas is on them. And it's like, well, like you guys, you didn't show up. You didn't start on time, obviously. Or, am I wrong on that? Like, am I wrong on that assessment? The first 10 minutes, like, were they ready to go? Or was it just that Dallas was hot?
No, well, yeah, Dallas was very hot tonight.
Yeah,
very hot.
Right. Yeah. But you got to be able to match that intensity.
And yeah, they were very hot.
Especially when it's a game you need.
McLeod missed a point.
Yeah.
So now they're under.
The thing about this Dallas team is I believe in, the way DeBoer has this squad playing over 60 minutes.
Yep.
I really believe in that. I think they play for one another. They have a very deep squad. They can go 60 minutes. They can wear on you. They can grind on you. Great defense.
They wear you down.
They're the sort that will put the likes of Connor McDavid,
and
Leon Draisaitl in the bin. Yep. They'll throw them in the trash.
And the funny part is, if you actually go back and look at Kitchener Rangers highlights from when DeBoer was there, which was early 2000s, 2007, I think, his teams played exactly the same way that Dallas is playing now. So he's taken his junior game, he's adapted it somewhat, but it's the same way that the Kitchener Rangers used to play. And they were stifling back then. You couldn't win a game against Kitchener back then. They were that fucking good. DeBoer was a great coach. Like, and when he came up, it took him a while to get his footing and get moving, but he's definitely come around, right? You know, now if you ask for top 5 coaches in the league, DeBoer is probably in your top 5, right? And that's not because we're sitting here watching him. That's the truth, right?
I think the combo we had last week, though, I'm trying to remember, because we were looking at like all the stars, because you know a lot of us on the chat last week were high on Dallas.
Yep.
And I remember Gaucho and I were looking at the board for Conn Smythe, and Ottinger was 5-1, which felt a little low.
Yeah.
And Heiskanen was 16. Johnson was 28-30. And you look at the board now, and Ottinger's gone down 50 cents.
Yeah.
450, but Heiskanen 7-1, and Johnston is 14, 15, 16-1 So
that's the
any
thing,
of those
right?
forward.
Yeah. But that's the same as last year. Like if you look last year,
he's like 7-1 at FanDuel right now. Heiskanen.
Yeah.
Hero's the man.
Look at the difference. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you remember last year, like Marcia didn't show up till the third round.
I had one with
he was
Marcia, so it's 7-1 last year. That was sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Same thing. I think
we had Ian. Do we have 950 last year? Well, you had him before at a higher.
But when did you guys bet him?
I have 20
last year.
Marshall last year.
It was when he was killing my Stars Series wager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's what I bet it too. Yeah. Once I knew the Stars were done last year, now
I had 20-1 on Marcia last
right.
year.
You had 20-1, and then I grabbed him like plus 950. I think like after game 1 of the conference final.
Yeah, I did same. I think I had him at 8.5 or 9, somewhere in that area. But that's the thing, right? Once you hit that third round, you're only 4 teams, right? So you can kind of go, okay, if I think it's going to be Dallas and Florida, now I'm going to zero in on Dallas and Florida players. If I think it's going to be Edmonton and New York, right? Whatever your combo is, right? But that's where your odds start to really. They start shaving them down really quick because now your players are standing out, right? Like the guys that you think are going to be those guys they're standing out. The guys who are pedestrian bystanders, maybe just there for the skate, whatever, take your pick. Those are the guys that are going to be 15, 16, 20, 22.
I like Matt Robinson, but don't tell me on Twitter just now he insinuated Leon Draisaitl's a little bitch. This is a guy that played through incredible pain last year. Yeah.
No, you know what?
The Robinson brothers say some things. They say some things.
He's not the only one.
He's not the
only one. Because in my edge work chat, like that's literally the same shit that's going on right now too. So they're not the only ones that are saying that right now.
Well, but no offense to the Edgework boys, but some of the boys on there are not pro Edmonton in any way, shape, or form, and they don't anybody from Edmonton. Right? Would I call Draisaitl a bitch? No, I wouldn't even come close to it. I
remember what he was doing.
I wouldn't call
2 years ago. That guy could barely walk. Could barely move on the
like we watched him last year. We watched him hobble at the end of every game, and yet he still come out and he still played like a warrior. I'd put him on my team in a heartbeat.
Unpopular opinion, I take him before McDavid.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
I would too.
Oh, definitely in these playoffs.
That's no brainer.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Right? It's like my old man.
No. In these playoffs, Perlo, in these playoffs, 100%. Leon Draisaitl is better than Connor McDavid.
Other than 3 MVPs in our Ross Trophy, what has Connor McDavid really done?
Connor McDavid just took his game to almost an elite level defensively this year and put up numbers that are crazy. Draisaitl will never come close to that.
Oh, we got a delayed penalty. Speaking
one of the most
penalties,
complete players we have seen in the last
and all he has is personal trophies.
Yeah.
Sorry, I would take McDavid all day. I like Draisaitl. Don't get me wrong. He's a great
McDavid.
player.
I like McDavid, but he's at this point now. If he doesn't win here, you'd have to kind of say he's slightly overrated.
Yeah. I think he shut down Peterson. I don't buy the Peterson was injured nonsense. He shut him down. He shut down Peterson in Vancouver. Totally. And that was shut down. That's the reason why he didn't.
Pedersen wasn't doing nothing in the first round. Fucking couple of guys from Nashville shut him. That's
true. You got a point. He wasn't great in the first round either. But
you want a crazy stat in this series? Neither team scored with the power play, so I don't know how good a thing it is.
Keep it going. We need a draw.
Yes. Come on,
Before the
Tammy.
penalty,
Let's
Earl,
get
it
our
was minus
plus 180,
180 draw.
90, or whatever you got to draw.
Well, it was minus 170 before the penalty draw. So,
Oh, yeah, now, yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it was a good bet. Fuck it. It was a good bet.
I had the first period draw already, Sam, and I got the full game too. So I'll be hitting.
If Dallas scores, I'll be okay because I got Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, the cone of shame.
Well.
Poor dog.
Dallas as well.
I got to go for a while. Hopefully, with some luck, I'll see late third period, overtime, etc.
Sounds good,
Gaucho.
Gaucho. See you later.
See you, Gaucho.
Yep.
Later.
I'm in for the
So the
duration.
second period over?
I have no shows later.
No, we got 6 minutes and change. Was that you who recognized the cone of shame, Landon?
Yeah, I sure did. And poor pups.
Another cheers.
Another cheers. All right, there we go. Yep.
There's wild turkey.
This might be the last conference final Betcast, so let her rip tonight is what I say. Yeah.
Woo!
Got into plus money territory on this over half a goal in the second period. I'm itching to maybe pull on it.
Now would be the time.
Yeah, because my shit will lock me out as soon as it happens too.
Yeah, it's plus 120 right now.
Did Tanev kind of look a little gimpy going on the bench?
Yeah, Bob said he was hurt.
He went to the room.
No way.
He went to the room?
Oh, he went to the locker room?
As soon as I said that, it locks out.
Oh, don't like the fact that Tanev might be out.
No,
for sure.
No,
that's not good.
Oilers
Oh,
score.
man.
Shit. There goes the
Wow. Edmonton SHG.
Come on.
Wow. Short and
I literally had half a goal plus 118 lined up, and I didn't fucking fire.
No shit, you not. I hit accept, and it popped like a little bit again, and then it said not available. And I was just saying, this is like the third Betcast has happened to me.
Our man Chris Otto is in the chat. He grabbed it at plus 110.
There you go. Nice. Good job.
Good.
3-2 Oilers. Wow.
Wow.
No chance for Ottinger. What a nice pass. That was
bad break.
Connor Brown with the saucer pass to Matthias Janmark with the shorty.
Connor Brown,
It's a great penalty
played
killer. He always has
a
been.
million times better than he did any time in the regular season in these playoffs.
Yeah.
If you're Ottinger, you can't get beat belly down like that. Come on. That wasn't even like it was a good pass, but I'm just saying that wasn't like you got to anticipate that. If there was a pass earlier, if there's a pass before they get to the circle,
He did play the shot a little
pass
too much
again.
there.
Yeah, you overcommitted right there.
How you doing, Kat? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
That ain't a Betcast without the cat.
Right.
Yeah, in the chat.
Pearl, I'll tell you what, man. I thought that was a great bet, though. Plus 180 draw. I mean, shit.
Hey, it can still happen.
There's still time. There's still time.
We got fucking time, dude.
This is the Edmonton Oilers here.
You guys are talking
The Edmonton
nonsense.
Oilers here.
We're talking on me.
Late in the period, do you think they're not going to let a goal?
I didn't say it was over. I just said I thought it was a great
Don't
bet.
forget, Sam. It's Skinner and net. We still
I
got hope.
didn't say it was over.
Yeah, but Edmonton is looking really good right now. Now it's
that
over.
looks terrible.
The Oilers
Oh,
scored
my gosh.
another one.
Oh, baby. The Oilers strike
Holy-
again.
Oh,
Bryce
shit.
Seidel, and it's 4-2.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Good night.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'll be talking smack until the finish line. Yeah, no doubt, Kat.
Another shorty?
No,
Yep.
no shorty.
No,
That's
that's
about
that
right.
even strength.
Even strike.
I'm still on Tuesday night's stream.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Miro Heiskanen on the ice for a goal against. Say it ain't so.
How did this happen, though?
Not his fault.
No.
Give up in the give the Oilers a puck in the neutral zone like that. Not much.
That and the defenseman didn't grab it.
Why
as
I'm
he
not
was-
a big plus minus fan because I don't usually it's not really.
You know what? He got caught up turning it over. You know what? He flew the zone, and the puck didn't get there.
No,
So
exactly.
the puck never got through the neutral zone, and there's Heiskanen flying into the offensive zone there. So
Something's up with Ottinger. I'll tell you what. You seen his lateral movement in the last two goals?
yeah, you're right. I'm worried now. Is there something injury? The I word?
That's not good. He doesn't just get the lateral movement's one of his strengths, and he's got cooked the last two goals. That's thumbs up.
Look at it this way: if he's got anything tweaked with him, we'll see Wedgwood for the third.
Series is fucking over,
and they'll give him a rest.
Yeah, no, we're panicking because they can't win the series or the cup with Wedgwood. That's the point.
Yeah. If it's Scott Wedgwood in the championship rounds, forget about it.
Hey, Wedgwood was serviceable. I think in that we had to step in.
This is not the time for serviceable, Landon. This is not the time for serviceable. Serviceable ended in the first round.
Yeah,
but don't forget. Look at it this way: if you give Ottinger the third period off, he's got this plus a day and a half, right?
I agree with that. No, you're right about that. Pull him now.
Yes.
Anything going on, you pull him at the end of this period, and you give Wedgwood the third.
Exactly.
Right? Two going home. Yeah. But if he's not healthy, 2 days, if it's a groin, if it's one of those nagging things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
that's concerning.
Right, but this is also, this is the way you would look at it too. Okay, I might have to play Wedgwood one game.
I did take Draisaitl to score tonight. I figured he had to.
Yeah, try and get on
way
back for if you happen to lose, okay, keep faith in your team. Just because you're down 3-2 doesn't mean you're done, right? Like it's not perfect, right? It's not what you want to happen, but it's what you're faced with. Is what you're left with.
Putting Calvin Pickard in games against Vancouver is a little different than putting Scott Wedgwood in games against Edmonton. That's all.
But it's the same shit.
Theory. I know same
it really
theory,
is the same shit.
It ain't the same goalie.
Right? Well, regardless, you're still asking your second stringer to come in when in a situation that he's not prepared for, right? Like that's the thing. Yeah. But these are also
Wedgwood even played the playoffs? Like no. He had in previous years?
Oh, maybe previous years, but not this year. Right? He hasn't seen the ice in 20 games now?
Oh, well, yeah, So I don't know, I don't think he has a really even a fairly deep playoff history with any team he's been on, because the only team he's ever won in the playoffs was Dallas.
Yeah. Well, was he Dallas last year, or was he
last year? He had three games of appearances.
Yeah,
played 105 total minutes.
It's not a strange thing to him, but it's not the ideal situation either. Like I'm not gonna lie here.
Keep in mind, this is also a guy who I don't even even the minors. I don't.
You're right. He couldn't push off. You're right. Where was the movement there? It's like he couldn't stretch his right pad over to make that save on the Draisaitl goal there.
In the words of Aaron Rodgers, relax.
Yeah. We're not
know what's going on.
But it makes you think maybe there's something bugging him.
Hey, but like I said, Wedgwood is 2-2-1 in 5 games with the average goals against 3.2 versus the Oilers. So like I said, he's serviceable. 9.1
and that's
9.19 save percentage.
But the margin for error lessens, Landon. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, right?
But the margin for error is less. Yeah.
But if that's what you're left with, that's what you're left with.
Hey, but I'll take Dallas to outscore Edmonton. If we can actually get clicking and get a couple lines going, I'll take us all day to outscore.
There's a lot of time left. It's been a weird series where one team's owned one period, another team's owned another period.
This game's not over. Next one. Not even close to being over.
Edmonton's always live to shit the bed. That
exactly. Right? No. We all know their defense is suspect once you get off the top pairing.
Yeah. I'm gonna be so tempted by draw at the intermission. I really will. Yeah.
Oh, Bob, you were muted there. Bob was screaming at his phone. I think he was muted though. Did anybody see him screaming at the? What were you saying?
I can't take the Stars right now. I'm losing it.
You can't.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the replay on Tanev.
Well, yeah, it's not. We're not. It's not. It ain't DEFCON 1.
Yeah, Tanev's injured. He's wobbling back to the dressing room right now. Oh boy.
That's what I'm saying.
He's done.
And that guy is fucking a warrior. He's tough as shit. If he's hurt, he's really seriously
I'll bet you 10-1 his foot's broken. Oh, no. I'll bet you. I'm serious. The way he pulled he pulled the clear plastic cover off that all the defensemen wear on top of their skate now. He pulled that off. You could tell his foot was fucked. I'll bet you 10-1. He's got a broken bone in his foot somewhere.
You tape it up, shoot it up, couple pills, and you get back out there.
It all depends. If it's a major bone on the top of the foot, Alex, it's not.
You don't care.
Yeah, if it's the side of the foot, yeah, you're right. Right, is the side of the foot worse, the top of the foot for us?
Well, if it's the top, he's done. Like you break that bone on the top of your foot.
You can't put your foot in the boot without screaming, probably.
No, exactly, and you can't skate. You can't push off.
And
I've broken my heel before, and I know how painful that was. But also, you have support in the bottom. But yeah, anything inside would be that's different. Yeah.
If you get a shot right up on the top on the crown of your foot, I've broken that. I think back when I was 13, maybe playing hockey, and like literally, you're done. Like you just can't do anything with the foot. So, and the way he hobbled back, that looked really, really familiar. So, and as much as I hate, a
dorsal fracture.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Right. But I really like. I honestly
call him a dolphin.
Oh yeah, the best bet hit over 5.5. I forgot about
dorsal fin.
Dorsal. Well, yeah, right. It is related because our foots are, the foot from the fin. That's a whole thing.
Look at that.
Yeah, you need them to swim. Fuck it. It makes sense to me.
Russian gas, pure plastic covers. Yeah. Sean. Yeah, I know. I used to wear them when I was refereeing those plastic covers because I don't know how many slap shots off the feet in 20 odd years, and fuck me. Nothing worse than getting a fucking slap shot off the foot and you have no choice but to keep skating the fucking game off.
Probably even worse when you're the ref and you're not even like playing. You just have to take it. And
as a linesman, you can at least hide, right? You don't got to move as fast. But I can remember at least 5 times taking a slap shot as a referee, as the man wearing the bands, and you got no choice, man. You got to keep skating.
Yeah, it was off the ankle. He took that.
Yeah, right. You don't get a break.
Yeah, no, you don't. Right? You just gotta. Yeah. I know the one was the last one I took was in a junior game, and in between the periods they actually had a team doctor, and I managed to get a shot of painkiller into it, so at least I could manage the last period. But right. I know when I broke that bone in my foot when I was young, fuck, that was painful. That really was painful. And tan of the way he was hobbling, that looked really familiar. So I don't like the look of that.
Well, Sammy's not there, but we didn't get our draw. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's probably a good stepdad. Jesus, just
Tanev, you don't normally go absolutely. Whoa, this is big when you're talking about a defenseman injured, but this is big. Obviously, this is a difference maker on the back end defensively. We know that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Dallas is just look. You can say what you want, and the next guy up is going to do the best he can. No one's replacing that guy.
No, but the good thing is,
Niels Lundqvist. Come on now. Hey, but
some respect.
I'm watching the data cast. They got the fucking puck trail on here. It's tripping me out.
Yeah.
Oh, TV.
I'm like, am I that? Never mind. I forgot. This ain't Patreon.
I have to sprinkle on the draw though in the intermission because Edmonton would be so Edmonton to fuck this up,
right?
Sometime. No doubt.
Shit.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, John.
John Nasty, what's up?
He had a good day, I could tell.
Nasty's in the house. He's going to take Dallas in regulation.
He's permanently in this position. He's permanently sitting like this.
He's thinking.
Always.
He's thinking.
Exactly. He's going to take Dallas in regulation right away.
No, I'm not going to do Dallas in regulation, but I might come in on the draw.
That's me. That's what I'm thinking, John.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
We're due for an overtime game in this series, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're due for a not overtime game in the Rangers-Panthers, but that wouldn't be the Rangers winning.
No, that's right. Yeah.
I
can probably be talking overtime tomorrow night in Game 5. I will be on the draw tomorrow in that game.
I can get the draw right now.
Watch this be the one that doesn't go to OT. Yeah.
I'm good. I won't be betting another OT in that the rest of the way because I get my 3. So
you got your 3 already.
Yeah, nice call on that, Alex. Good grab.
I mean.
Oh, but, we've got Dallas' second goal change.
Rico's here. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Rico?
I was surprised that wasn't Lindell's goal because from the beginning it only seemed like it was just off Darnell Nurse's ass and into the Edmonton cage. Yeah. That was my initial spot on it. I said that was a shot that just hit Darnell Nurse's ass and went in.
Scott Nagy just said they changed it to Lindell.
It should have been. I'm so
How you doing, Rico?
Good, buddy. How you guys doing?
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing good. This has been just a this game's hard to figure out. I mean, to really compartmentalize the swings that we have seen in this game tonight.
It's why my handle cuts considerably in the playoffs. You know, the joke is that I only bet on games involving bad teams.
Yeah.
But
which doesn't fit your
the variance is so great, despite everything being so tight and so closely monitored, because there are fewer games for people to watch and pay attention to. That there's so much variance with puck bounces and everybody trying to do the same thing. Like Edmonton didn't have a shot for the first 10 minutes of the game, and now they're out shooting Dallas 24-14. What are you looking at that's going to project that or predict that?
Yeah.
So, like, I cut back on my handle so much in the postseason because the variance is so great.
Yeah, exactly. Real deal. Yeah, for sure, John.
And you want to say, well, I mean, it's cliche, but how these postseasons go, but it's about how you stem the tide during the opposite team's onslaught, and whichever goalie and whichever team holds their water the most and doesn't make 1 or 2, 4 or 5 wins a certain game. But winning that game doesn't necessarily mean losing the series or winning the series.
Exactly.
So this is why, the boring even keel, aren't you excited? No, you have to win 4 of these, and it's extremely stressful and it's extremely difficult, and it's a matter of puck luck.
Especially for those fat guys out there, right, John? Yeah.
Especially for those fat guys with high blood pressure, it's extremely difficult.
Right there.
These overtime games are killing me. I don't need any help breaking a sweat. Let me tell you, I roll out of bed perspiring. I'm like a rotisserie chicken. I'm stewing in my own juices here, and the Rangers say, "Let's go to overtime." God forbid we hold on to a fucking lead.
Fucking Massey's like the Dangerfield of hockey betting.
Right?
Rodney Dangerfield jokes.
No respect. No respect.
We call him Massey Field.
Lord knows I'm as large as many playing fields in professional sports. At least I'm not charged by the acre. Nobody try to come mow my lawn.
Anyway, Dallas team total over 2.5 is definitely a target for me. Not at the price right now. I will be sprinkling a little on the draw now at plus 650.
Yeah,
maybe a little more later, but right now
I already got it.
A little on the draw plus 650. We know Edmonton is capable of coughing this up. We just know that.
I kind of like both teams to score in the third period.
I do too. I'm going to wait for a little better price.
Yeah,
I could see Dallas scoring to make it 4-3. No. Edmonton make it 5-3, still relatively early in the third period, and then Dallas comes back and sends us to overtime at 5-5. That's kind of how I see the game flow. That's my 60-minute game prediction is 5-5 going to overtime.
I know he's been quiet, but I like Jamie Benn to score in the third at 10-1.
Yeah, it always feels when
he's got 2 points. He ain't quiet. He's banging in there.
Say less. Say less.
He's gonna get it back around.
He's quietly getting points, but I look for him to score.
Another Johnson point would be nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I followed that.
One more for that for the bargain bin. Yep.
Just catch my Donov, 2 shots on goal plus 120.
Yep.
Sammy, you missed my entire comment.
We should have fucking scored. I
what was the commentary, Massey? I'm sorry.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, there's no recreating the moment.
He was on fire, Sam.
Cliff notes. Come on, Cliff notes.
No, it's past. All I'll say is you'll never be able to go to Boston Market again.
Oh, well, I don't go anyway, so that's fine.
You'll have to go back and watch the replay, Sam, and just revel in his just lined him up and shooting him down all at once, man.
Is this Memorial Cup hockey live?
Should
Monday
be
night, Saginaw?
London and Saginaw. That's what I'm watching right now, Landon. Yep.
Is that someone a friend of the show, or is that a different team?
That's the ECHL playoffs.
Oh, that's Jordan
Florida,
Sandbrook
Florida,
for the
Kansas
Florida
City.
Everblades.
I heard the Kansas City Mavericks, dude. They came and beat. I think the Allen Americans beat them. The one Allen Americans game I went to here in Dallas, which was fun as shit. I was like, why are people bringing all these teddy bears here? What is going to happen? Is this a furry convention or a hockey game? And
Teddy bear
told me it was donate teddy bear. Yeah, I was like, okay,
shit.
cool.
For the
There's actually a championship team here in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota won.
PWHL women's
Oh, did they?
team.
Nice.
Nice.
Take care of business.
Nice.
Where's that future, Alex?
And no one's gonna remember it once the Timberwolves lose tomorrow.
Cool.
I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. Sorry, that reminds me of Grandma's kitchen.
Yeah, London just won 3-2. Just ended like a few seconds ago.
Oh my God! Spoilers! I have 14:45 left in the fucking game on NHL Network that I'm watching during intermission. Ian, Jesus, crying all night. What the fuck?
4-2 London.
You got to be joking.
I want to deck you as if I'm Dale Hunter. Come on.
No, there's still 14:50 in the third on NHL Network.
I'm up to
south of the border.
Is it really? Is it running on a
Who the hell
delay?
shows a Memorial Cup game on a 60-minute delay or whatever it is, 30 minutes, whatever it is?
I'm surprised it even got airtime.
That's the
Show
conversion
another
rate in
Gretzky
America,
documentary.
Ian. Come on.
Wait, Ian, what time?
You're
do you have
behind on
your game?
money, ahead on time.
What was that, Alex?
What time do you have on the Memorial Cup?
It's over.
It's
over.
The game's over.
It is
2-2, 14:45 on NHL Network for me right now.
I just tuned it too.
Yeah, no, London. That game's over. It just ended.
Way to spoil it for the entire continuous 40.
Sorry, US. I didn't realize NHL Network.
Yeah, the fucking almanac, sports almanac from Back to the Future over there.
Not our fault. Your fucking cable's slow.
Maybe these
Our
American
fault
books have
NHL Network
available, Ian.
live.
It's because no one gives a shit, Goose. That's why.
Hold on, NHL Network can't afford to have a live feed of this game. Like, what the fuck?
Apparently not.
Did they show the PWHL
No.
before it?
Yeah.
Not over a hot
PWHL
take with
before
so and so. No.
I thought it was live with TSN. Just to see.
I was over here trying to find a
We
live
have
line for this
it's a
shit. I'm like,
TSN
what are you-
feed, but it's
we have the TSN feed
heavily
on delay.
delayed. That is insane.
Apparently, you're getting a satellite delay feed.
This is inexplicable.
Quick.
From
Somebody
Kandahar.
check to see if the book's got it live. Somebody check to see if the line's still live in a book.
Yeah, right?
Everybody
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
book. Everybody check. Who knows?
Who knows? No, you're right.
I'm
Bob.
not lying.
Sorry, Bob just said he had to run. We appreciate it, Bob. Thanks for joining
All right.
us.
Good to see you, Bob.
See you, Bob. Good to see you,
Lupton.
buddy.
Yep. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Good shit.
Rico
Is that
with
Bob's
the
first time on the
Dallas
Betcast? I don't think I've seen him before.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rico with the stars.
Bob came
That's all
through
about.
and at St. Paul for the Frozen Four, and I hit him up like after it. I was like, "Dude, meet me at Grand 7," and we went drinking and then bar hopping down West 7th Street, which was nuts. One bar we couldn't get into because they closed it early, and then we ended up going to some other bar I don't even really care about. And get
There you go.
Hammered. Good people.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
In a moment of self-defense, though, I appreciate the humor, Chris Otto, and I appreciate your charge ever more. One of the reasons that I considerably cut back on my handle is that the live wagering opportunity to bet the good team down to going into the third period to draw or win in regulation is not available in the postseason nearly as much as it is in the regular season. And it is one of the most profitable angles that I have.
Talking about that double chance bet, Massey?
No, I'm talking about just placing double chance screws you on the prices as opposed to just betting them separately, betting the draw and betting the team to win in regulation. And I do bite. I bite everything. So when I'm almost keep your hand around personal belongings away from my mouth or any personal area around it. All right, Cheshire, thank you. That has been your local PSA. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Let's see. Period 3 winner. If you think Dallas is going to win the third period, plus 240.
To win, to win the period.
Just to win the period.
Just to win the period. Let me see what that is right now. You said plus 240. Yeah.
Plus 240.
It was that sketchy though because you were talking about all right, even if they get a goal,
Empty net. Right.
4-3 even in an empty net.
Correct. That's the problem, and then you're
Oh yeah, no.
That's why
At that point, you might as well bet regulation if you think they're going to win the period.
Draw
No,
right now.
It's
Draw
just-
right now plus 650, and then when it gets playable, Dallas team total over 2.5.
All right, I'll be on draw.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
I'll grab draw.
Because my thing is now I want to see who's coming into
That's
the
my
twine
approach.
for the third period for Dallas. Like if we're right, and if Ottinger has tweaked something, maybe stretch something, whatever, they shouldn't be playing him for the third. Like they just shouldn't.
No.
Because you've got to look at the series, right? Yeah. Do you want to lose the game? Not really, but if you save Ottinger for the last 2 games or 3 games, then you can still win the series. So
concede the battle to win the war. Right?
Exactly. So I want to see who's in the net before I do anything else here.
Sure.
But you're getting a better price. If you think Dallas is going to win the third period, you are better off betting the draw or betting Dallas to win on the money line.
That's my point.
Yeah. No, but what I'm looking at is winning the third overall, John. I don't want to make that bet until I see if it's Wedgwood or it's Ottinger in the twine. Like that's one of those. I want to see who's coming out to play the third period, right? Because I've looked at that, they just showed that replay on TV of Ottinger trying to push off. That didn't look good at all. So if he's tweaked something, if he stretched something, do you play him in the third? You shouldn't be, right? You should be sitting him to win the series, not to win the game, kind of deal. So
do injuries like that magically get better in 48 hours?
No, but at least you might have a chance to not aggravate it more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, strain doesn't become a tear kind of thing.
Exactly. Right.
Talking about order of magnitude in terms of time recovery and back, especially on the groin area, which I hope to God it's not.
A groin injury for a goalie, if he ain't playing the third period, he's
probably not playing
on Friday.
Right? But if we think it's maybe an ankle or a knee,
we're still waiting. We're going to find out when this third period starts if he comes back to the bench. And that's
all I'm looking at.
I'm still watching this Saginaw and London Knights game. I don't know about.
I know. Yeah.
It's fucking tied, dude.
Or 3-3. What? Yeah. 2-2, 3-3.
2-2.
2-2. Yeah.
Tied.
Yeah. Go Saginaw.
Yep. Saginaw. They got a chance here. Yeah, they really do. Yep. Yeah.
Best uniform out of the two. Definitely have to go with the Saginaw.
It was a great hockey. It's been a great hockey game, by the way.
You kidding? That London Knights, that's a classic, Landon. They've had that for so goddamn long. It's unreal.
Yeah.
What's going on in the NBA tonight? Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn Mercury lost again in WNBA.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did cash Sophie Cunningham over 4.5 rebounds, which is a great bet because she's playing the 5 for whatever reason. Like she's 6'1" and getting murdered, but they have her playing the 5 like half again.
Actually, I should see how much.
By the way, one of the best baseball angles for like the last month and a half are the Braves team totals under.
Yes.
They're not scoring.
Nope.
Yeah, and their totals are higher because people expected them to be one of the best lineups.
Right.
In baseball,
exactly.
Right?
Oh, look at that.
You get the value to bet on.
Oh, maybe not.
There was a baseball interest. Astros just took a 1-0 lead, top of the 4th.
Good. I need more runs there.
Springer.
That might be hard to come by. You took the over in that guy?
I took over in the first 5 because Verlander has looked bad, and
coming off of 9 strikeouts. He had like 9 strikeouts last game.
I know.
He's 30 years old. I mean, how good can he be?
I gobbled up everything over 20-1 on the Royals to win the pennant. I know. Yankees, Orioles, but
they're a decent team. I had them tonight, Kansas City. Why the hell were they an underdog with Lugo over Ober?
That team,
I wish you luck.
Not a joke.
I don't like their starting pitching. I respect their starting pitching, but I like some of those bats.
Yeah, the lineup.
I like the top of that lineup.
Like the Guardians are 10 and the Royals are 20. Like that just does to me.
It's not that big of a gap. That's the point between those two.
Yeah, but it's the AL Central. They all suck.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That division is not as like the pitching in that division is very good.
The ballparks in that division also tend to lend to pitching outside of the one team who can't pitch.
Well, I'm not betting Yankees 2-1, 250 to win the pennant.
No.
Sam, if you want to do that, you can make a donation to my lunch budget.
Yeah.
Boston Market?
What do you mean? You go out to eat for lunch, John? You take me as a lunchbox guy. Like you bring your little chicken salad sandwich in.
Let me tell you, if I bring in lunch, it is not a chicken salad sandwich. I cook enough from the night before such that my leftovers are simply left over from last night's dinner. I batch cook.
Hey.
So I bring a meal each time for lunch. I didn't get this way waiting for the bus.
I was going to say, I thought you probably do bring a lunch, and then you also go out for lunch. That's what I was
I don't have enough time in a work day to eat multiple lunches. I only get a half hour.
Well, that's a good one.
What the hell could I do in a half hour? Somebody say buffet, by the way. Who am I hearing?
Who am I to talk, man? Yeah, same thing.
All right, so we got a pre-period draw bet. We might add a little more, and we're going to look for Dallas team total. Once 2.5 gets to even money, that's the approach here.
I like how
third period.
The Minnesota PWHL team wins the championship. They don't even have a name or a logo.
No, it's just PWHL Minnesota. Yeah.
That is the biggest bungle of a rollout for the league. You literally had the coolest fucking logos in the last league that you could have just carried over, but no. You just started fresh and created like blank jerseys from like NHL 15, and then you're like, oh, everybody should watch this. So it's like, okay, cool, but who are these people, and why can't we see the names on these black lettering on purple jerseys? That was just a complete bungle from the beginning. But congrats to them. Maybe they'll come up with a name next year, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, the Minnesota insert name here.
Yeah, we need to get more advertisers behind it, a little more money.
How much longer in intermission can I talk about the first time that I was thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet?
Let's see. We got. Oh, I think the period's about to start. Like we got maybe like 2 minutes. Yep. Chinese buffet options. I'm a Mongolian beef.
Clearly, our buddy Matt Robinson's in shambles because he's totally ghosted here. So clearly, he's not feeling it.
I was thrown out of my first all-you-can-eat buffet at the age of 13.
Yeah,
it was called the wet.
They found the Ziplocs in your pockets.
Excuse me, son. I did not need no Ziplocs. Everything just went down my gut.
How could you possibly have a 6th plate, sir?
They had little club steaks on the buffet, and I piled them high. Like I piled them 6 high, had multiple stacks, like somebody would stack dominoes. And then I was eating that for about 90 minutes. And then they're like, "Are you finished yet?" And I'm like, "No, now I think I'm ready for dessert." And I proceeded to have every pie that they had on their dessert bar a la mode with different combinations. And the biggest kicker to this was the Western Steer in California, Maryland. I shit you not. I cannot forget this. After 2.5 hours, the biggest kicker was because I was under the age of 16, I was charged $4.95 for this.
No Tanev to start the third period for Dallas. I repeat, no Chris Tanev to begin the third period.
You're lucky if you see Chris Tanev in the rest of the series, and I would bet Oilers team total overs as a result.
If we do our ice meet and greet out in Vegas, then I'm popping an edible with John about to fuck up a buffet.
Oh, Tanev's block shot.
We're going to Golden Corral.
3.5, and he ended up with
the Golden Corral. Golden Corral only talks about what comes out of your ass after you're done.
It feels like a little red district, Golden Corral. That's what a lot of people I've heard have said. Yep.
Someone in chat said they're shutting down.
You think Tanev could block a shot in the dressing room? I need one more from him.
Oh, they'll hobble him out there if they can, right? The problem is that 2-goal lead. It's like if the game was tied, I think he might be a little more eager to take the chance. But
is that chick sitting behind Pete DeBoer only wearing a bra?
Yeah, they're trying to rival the Dallas arena where they got the hot chick behind DeBoer.
Yeah, but she's not stacked like old girl.
Yeah, but she's also like a season ticket holder.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite the same. I agree with that.
No,
yeah.
Miami games have some talent there too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, I like Rich H's idea for the Ice Guys meetup, the Bellagio.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's either going to be Vegas, Boston, Nashville, or Florida. I guarantee it. It's going to be one of those 4. Yeah.
That'd be funny. We're on Nashville, Massey. I want to see you start 2-stepping.
And I'm not even a big country fan, and even I wouldn't mind going to Nashville. Because I just
yeah, man, the Kid Rock bar.
Broadway.
We gotta go to Miranda Lambert's bar, Casa Rosa, for sure.
Yeah.
They got a lot more music there than country, though. It's just
of course. That's the thing. It's like, don't be fooled that it's only country. Of course not.
No.
Yeah.
I'd be all right.
Great music town.
I would be too. Country music and moonshine, you count me.
Yeah. The Bachelorette capital.
I'm not a country fan, but I can handle that and drink all night long. I'm okay with that.
The only thing about Tennessee is that it wouldn't be as lit as say Nevada, Massachusetts,
for sure.
New Mexico, Colorado. Places where things are a little more liberal.
Yeah.
New Mexico, yeah, ski break, dude.
Landon,
we're gonna go Borden.
You already know if we're doing an Ice Guys meet that there's going to be other refreshments there that may not be in
regardless.
That we'll make that happen. That's not me.
Make a call.
A couple calls, yeah. We'll be good.
Boss and him about to go international.
That's right.
I was looking at going to Vegas in August to see if I was going to register for contests, but then the idea of Vegas in August and the fact that I would start cooking if I stepped outside made me steer against that.
What kind of contests? You talking about like poker tournaments and shit?
No, the NFL contests.
Oh, like
Chinese
super
food eating contest.
or Circa.
Yeah, what do they call it? The Circa Millions. That's it. Circa Millions is the new.
Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and I'd probably do the Westgate also. Just
The Westgate's got to be a little ticked though. Stevens there has moved in there, and all of a sudden, like Circa's got the big time.
And then Gold Nuggets got the college and pro combo
stuff. See, that's the one I'd want to get into because
that's the one I'd be looking for you.
Yeah, the Golden Nugget Friday Football Showdown or Challenge or something they always call it.
That's the invitational thing. I'm talking about they have one that's like a sign up.
Yeah. Was that Golden Nugget or was that Resorts? It's Golden Nugget.
Golden Nugget had the invitational, and then I think Circa actually even took over that. Circa has that.
Actually, my dream is just to like go out and eat with Matt Humans.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do in Vegas.
Beverly Crest.
Could you imagine that tabletop for a moment? There you go. KG beginning to the third period. Part of me likes the under in this period. Like now that I see these totals 7.5.
Well, can Edmonton defend the lead is the key. They're going to want it to stay under, but
Dallas isn't possessing the puck right now.
They aren't. No, you're right.
So somebody mentioned the Beverly Crest up in Edmonton. Whoever that was, is that the one that's in the Travel Lodge in the Wyndham Edmonton East? Yes or no? Me and the wife are coming up in Edmonton, or coming up in August for the 2 Metallica shows. So I love a good buffet.
Nice. You're going to both concerts?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was lucky enough to win.
2 different sets.
Yeah, and 2 different opening bands. I get Pantera one night and Five Finger Death Punch the other night.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. The wife's never seen Metallica. This will be, I think, 9 and 10 or 10 and 11 for me. I think it's 10 and 11.
Nice.
So
have you seen? Wait. When's the first time you saw Metallica?
Oh, first time I saw Metallica was Justice for All, which was 90.
90. Yeah.
I was a child.
89. 89, I think.
Yeah, 89 or 90 was that tour.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Actually, the first Metallica show I ever saw was was in Hamilton at the arena.
Right neck of the woods. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was the first one. That was the first time we ever saw them, and then we saw them 2 times on the Injustice for All tour, and then 3 times on the Black tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So. Yeah. But surprisingly enough, Megadeth is my number 1 for shows seen.
Okay.
I've seen them 12 times now.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen Helmet 7 times. That's the one band I've seen the most.
Nice.
And Chevelle 6 times.
All right, both teams to score plus 200. It hit my price point.
Okay.
I'm in. Plus 200, both teams
I'll
to
grab a
score
little
third period. Yep.
Yeah,
Draw is now 725.
Yep.
Both teams to score plus 175, plus 185. I'm going to take 185.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Both teams score plus 225.
Yeah, it's climbing. Like I said, you can definitely get 200 or more now. It's
actually, Alex, real quick. My last show that I saw just recently was Anthrax. I managed to get one of their stage hangers that hides the riser. Stole it right off the damn thing.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a good quote.
I saw Anthrax about 20 years ago in Chicago, House of Blues, and you will never believe who hit me in the back of the head trying to sneak through the crowd. And he said, "Oh, excuse me." And I look around like, "Who the fuck was that?" My buddy goes, "That was Keanu Reeves." I was like, "What?"
Nice.
Like, Keanu Reeves just hit me right in the back of the head and then apologized, was like trying to sneak off, and then I read the newspaper 2 years later. Keanu Reeves hanging out backstage with Anthrax. Yeah.
Wow. Class act to actually apologize.
Yeah, he did. Like just super quickly.
People don't know how
I'm
to
like
do that
turning around.
these
I'm like, who the fuck? Because I'm like, somebody hit me in the back of the head.
Keanu's got a real good reputation for being a
decent
stand-up kind of fucking guy. So.
Yeah, no conceited attitude or anything like that. Yeah.
Well, that's always my story. Like Keanu Reeves.
Black Label Society and Anthrax at the casino here in Calgary. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Wait. So was it Zach playing with BLS because he's with Metallica or with Pantera right now?
Yeah, no, he was. It was Black Label Society with Zach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. He's doing double duty. That's
crazy. He's a busy fucking boy. That guy.
Hell yeah.
My favorite concert was Iggy Pop and the Stooges.
Who was it?
My favorite, Iggy Pop and the Stooges was my favorite.
Oh, there's one I never got to see live. I would have loved to see Iggy Pop live.
They probably didn't even know when they were going to end the show. They just kept going, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody just kind of grabbed and said, "Hey, I think we got to go."
Throwing shit. Let's go.
Actually, Jeff, I see Jeff Todd up in Jeff Todd Kobasiak. We'll go with Kobasiak. My first show of Megadeth was in Toronto on the I can't even think of the album. I could see it. The one
Peace Sells?
No, after Peace Sells.
Oh, not Rust in Peace.
Yeah, Rust in Peace. Thank you.
Okay.
Rust in Peace. So that was when Dave was still full-blown heroin addict.
Yeah.
Halfway through the show, because they were playing like shit, he started spitting on the crowd, telling us to fuck off. It was just a mess. But it was a good show. Like, they were really quite good. But yeah, he wasn't having a good night. But I've seen him, like I say, full-blown heroin addict, and you didn't know it at the time. But once you read his book, then I start to go through my dates, and I'm like, oh, you were fucked up there. You were slightly fucked up here. Oh, you were sober there. That was a decent show. So, right. So it's.
I think I caught him during a sober moment when the System Has Failed tour was like 04, 05.
Oh, there's a good one. Yeah. Great album. Yeah, I saw them. Actually, I saw them out here with. If you've ever seen Lacuna Coil, go see them.
Yes,
they're fucking great, and she's gorgeous. She is fucking not hard on the eyes whatsoever.
Yep.
So it was them, Volbeat,
Motorhead. Yeah, Volbeat's pretty good actually.
Volbeat's really good live. Yep. Really good live. Motorhead, and then Megadeth to end the show. That was a great.
That's great. That's a great live.
Volbeat. That was a good.
Volbeat's one. I've seen Volbeat live.
Yeah, I've seen them 4 or 5 times now. They're really good. I don't like the guitarist as much. I like the original lineup better. But the guitarist Anthrax he's decent, but I just like the original lineup myself. But it is what it is. So
yeah, Lacuna Coil.
If you ever get a chance, if he ever comes down your way, go see Danko Jones.
Okay, Danko's good, man.
Danko's excellent.
Danko Jones
he builds himself as the greatest Canadian party band, and for a 3-piece, they put on a fucking great show. Great show. Yeah. So yeah, if you get a chance to go see him, go see him.
Okay.
Actually, I got fucking who's coming through? Arch Enemy is coming to fucking Calgary. Okay. She's fucking hot, that chick. I don't even know her name.
Buddy of mine, I don't know, because they changed singers now. Every singer they've had is hot. They've had 3 singers over.
Yeah, but the blonde they've got right now.
Yeah. Buddy of mine's a big fan of theirs. Have you seen In This Moment?
No, not yet. I've heard really good things about them though.
Although their stuff's changed a little bit, they've gotten a little more like electronic metal in the last couple albums.
Yep.
Like I saw them in like 20 when I was still playing, so like 2010, 2011 is fucking fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
just saw Sammy
definitely
left.
great.
We wish Sammy. Well, I was going to give Sammy a goodbye, but yeah, he had to run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the run. Yeah, it's just a second.
Yeah. Good to see Sammy P with us. I am jumping in now. Dallas plus 120 to score in the third. That's it. Just a straightforward.
Yeah, no,
Dallas
I'm
goal
gonna
in the third.
I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna see where the chips fall now.
Who you got scoring that, Ian? Not for a bet, just for giggles. Who do you think's gonna score?
Ben. I'll go Ben.
I need Ben.
Ben or Sagan, but I'll go Ben.
I got Ben at 10-1.
I'll go to Donoff.
Oh, there we go. A little down the.
Hey, now that we're just among friends, earlier on a certain show, I'll let y'all guess it, but I ain't gonna say it, so don't ask. I heard bargain bin reference. It was kind of funny.
No shit.
Yeah,
really?
100%.
Interesting.
Y'all just take a guess. I ain't gonna say it, but y'all take a guess. That's pretty funny. I was like, it was my bargain bin bet.
Is it a show that we would probably not watch?
Oh, I don't know if you watch it or not, but it's someone. I mean, they used to be on Nice Guys, so leave it at that.
Oh, okay. Well then, all right.
It's cool. It was just funny. I was like, what? Bargain bin? I only know one place where to get those.
I got to admit, Jeff, So Far So Good So What was my first favorite album by Megadeth. That was the one that hooked me.
That's honestly okay. People meant to say the bargain bin, just as long as they know who innovated it. Yeah.
All right, of course.
Yeah.
Who started the movement? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm guessing it
I
was
heard all
Andrew.
that. My kid came in here down because the stars are down, so he's just disheveled. Already witnessed that game one debacle, so he's a little shell shocked. But I'm like, hey, this is a series, especially playoffs. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not supposed to be easy at this time of year. It's not supposed to be easy. You're in the conference finals.
These postseason runs build character for a kid. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I would need a pacemaker after game one. Like, because I went hard on I had to take a couple of days off actually after that game one.
Yeah.
And I was talking, never again. I had to really be talking myself into Stars money line from that point on.
They don't win game ones. We gotta talk you Stars fans off of betting that in game one. They just
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with losing a game one.
Yeah.
As someone who rooted for a team,
that
lost game ones on the road consistently, and
yeah.
Battle through it.
And they flipped it on their head today, and they didn't know what to do with the lead.
Yep.
Right.
Kind of like one of those toxic relationships where they want to start an argument just to make up. They want to get scored on so they can start getting excitement and passion. Not a disrespect to the Edmonton fans or nothing like that. It's just actually, fuck them. They told me I need some towels for my tears, but I think we're going to see this is a great game. And Dallas, I'm put one in the net here. I'm going to be.
Well, this is going to minimum 6 if Edmonton hangs on. Yep.
Yeah, which I'm not mad about.
And I jumped on that bet you guys had as well too for Edmonton to win the first game and Dallas to win the series in 6. So I jumped on that from the Ice Guys show as well.
Get that in pocket. Got the stack in pocket.
I only had Edmonton to win win the first and lose the series. I didn't take any games on that one.
Ooh, Rich took a Hail Mary value bomb right there. Sagan anytime goal plus 1,600.
There you go. There you go.
That is awesome.
God be with you.
Rich H did the same.
He's the guy who tied it up, and literally I was about to throw my kid in the next row after they tied it up in game one. Sagan goal. We were sitting row J behind the net there, so it was just basically because the kind of effect from when the crowd notices the goal, it kind of reverberates up the goal.
It builds up.
So we were like,
They probably think foul abuse when that happens. Knowing the way society.
Yeah. Then they see the drunk guy on the Jumbotron doing the fucking Macarena, whatever I was doing. I still haven't seen it. I don't know.
We'll have to play that, on a Nice Guys episode in the.
Hey, put it on the greatest hits. I'm telling y'all need in the off season.
Yeah.
From the Betcast clips or other funny shit, just some greatest hits.
There it is, and Landon doing his little dance there in game one.
But only on Patreon.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit ain't gonna be for the public. That's gonna be for.
What if? Wait. What if Dallas wins it all? If they win the cup, do we play it?
Yeah.
Oh,
you still got to pay to see, baby.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Landon,
There you go. I like that.
He's a Landon order. He's ordering us to do it this way. Yeah.
I'm just telling you, you're going to use the content. I mean, it's the best.
That's true.
It's exclusive.
I like that.
Exclusive shit.
Pay to play, pay to see it. 100%. Yeah. Get on.
Ben just made a really good hit.
So we are now
We're
joined.
the beer boys.
We are now joined by an ECHL Eastern Conference champion.
Nice.
Kelly Cup for a third straight year finals appearance for the team. Second for him because he actually wasn't on the team last year when they made the run. So Jordan Sambrook, let's give a round of applause here. Congrats.
Don't ever say Florida ain't a hockey state.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, it was a good win last night, and yeah, we just went to Kansas City today, so we flew straight from Adirondack. Felt like we're in the National League. Flew with the private jet and everything, straight from Adirondack to Kansas City. So yeah, it was a good win the other night.
Everblade's getting some respect around here. About damn time, giving you the old private jet, red carpet treatment.
Exactly. Pull the bus straight up to the plane and take off 10 minutes after you get there.
Yeah, awesome. And I actually had that game on. We were doing the Rangers-Panthers Betcast last night. I had Florida Adirondack on one of my other screens, and I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, all right, 4-1, put this series away. And next thing you know, 4-2, 4-3. I'm like, hold on now, we got work to do.
I don't know if people even bet or if you even can bet ECHL hockey games, but the over bettors would have been happy probably about that one.
Yeah. I thought a lot of those games are going over. I think it was 7-1 for Kansas City when they polished off Toledo the other night. So they went over by themselves. They got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, good to hold on to the win there and get the victory. Because no one wanted to play game 7. Obviously, if we had to, we had to, but
no,
that would have been tonight. And just, either way, I guess in game 7. So.
No doubt. And of course you had that, you got a goal in the series. I remember it from early on in the series. Well done with that. And you actually got an assist, I remember. And then you got the goal from the point, seeing eye shot as well. So your own game in that series, man, I got to give you props for it. You made an impact there against Adirondack.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got the double points there. And then games 3 and 4. No, games 4 and 5. I got food poisoning on the night before game 4.
And to put this in context, Jordan's a third pair defenseman on this team. So, from that standpoint, like his minutes obviously were, not quite what, say the top pair would get, but you made the most of it, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, those 2 games were a little rough, but did a bounce back and get it done. I'm the PK guy, so
yeah,
keep the puck out of our net.
That's right. And anything you get, at the other end of the ice is just an absolute bonus. It's like a gold mine on the treasure hunt when that happens. Yeah,
exactly. The boys get fired up when I score. So
that's great. No, that's awesome. Yeah, they get fired up for the foot soldiers of the team. When they end up contributing and helping you get the job done. So I should know more about Kansas City. I know they're pretty damn good. Just from what your coaching staff and what you know personally about Kansas City, does this feel like this is going to be a hell of a series and one hell of a tough, very worthy opponent you got coming up?
It should be, yeah. I only know like maybe seven or 8 guys, so it's a fair turnover from last year, but I think it should be a good one. Obviously, they're pretty offensive and got a lot of firepower up front, so perfect, right down my alley to shut them down. And but I think it'll be a pretty good series. Definitely should be some close games.
2-3-2 format, right? Alex and I were both guessing it's going to be 2-3-2, right? KC for 2, Florida for the next 3, and then KC for 2, right?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, the first 2, then Wednesday, Friday, Saturday back in Florida, and then Monday, Wednesday, game 6 and 7 back here if needed.
Man, they know how to space this shit out, don't they? Holy mackerel. What?
They do. We love our guys love the Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. That's just kind of like we never play at home on Sunday. So even during the regular season, that's our schedule. It's kind of nice. I like Florida the way they do that because, some teams play like Friday at home, Saturday on the road, like Sunday back at home. But Florida, it's like 1 week away, 1 week home. So it's kind of better that way.
Yeah, and I like that, actually, the way that's scheduled in Florida. It's like I said, it's spaced out, but it's one of those deals where, Friday, Saturday, you get the back-to-back at home, no travel. one thing that's nice is they give you a little bit of time in between when you're actually traveling from KC to Florida. Well, actually, they didn't really do it for Florida to KC because you play Saturday, Game 5. Then they go back to KC for the Monday, just your standard one day in between.
So that one will be close, but the obviously the management stuff is top notch. So getting the private plane helps a lot instead of going through the airport on a Sunday.
Well, you've earned it. Come on. You can't bust out the private jet for a team that's now going to the Kelly Cup final for the 3rd straight year. I mean, when are they going to?
I know. I know. It's been nice. So hopefully this is the only time. Hopefully we can close out and maximum 5. Be nice to do in front of the home crowd.
Yeah.
I know the last 2 years we did it 2 years ago, and last year they did it as well in front of the home crowd. So that'd be sweet. But like I said, church
won't be easy to do it though, because that means not only winning the series but winning it short and quickly. Against obviously a team that's been obviously had a tremendous season, but so have you guys as well. Was your regular season good? I'm trying to remember now. Where were you in the regular season? Was this a deal where you were like right up there in the standings in the regular season, and your playoff performances reflected it, or is it more our regular season was kind of up and down? We got into the playoffs, and now we're playing our best.
We were always like good, but since our South Division's so good, we ended up finishing 3rd in the division, and we didn't clinch playoffs until like the 4th last game, like the top 4 in the division that make it in the ECHL, and then it was really a 5-team race for the South. It was basically us, Orlando, and South Carolina for those last 3 spots, the last 2 spots. But then we clinched, and we've just been playing really good. I tell everyone the mindset of like Florida that our coach and the management put into us. It's like everybody wants to win so bad. Like everyone on the team is all going for it, wants to win the championship. Or other teams that I've been on, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter. Like if we win, great. If it's summer, great. But not here. This is like all business. All we want to win so bad, and I think that's what's really been the good culture of the Everblades for their whole existence. So props to all the guys on the team and management, because it's a great atmosphere here, and especially being down in Florida, everyone wants to stay down in Florida as long as possible. So it's just the success of this team, and like I said, it's an ongoing record of most consecutive playoff series won. I think it's at 11 now, so that's an ECHL record, and hopefully we can continue that.
That is a great run. I mean, my goodness, 11 straight playoff series won, going years. So that's just an amazing job by the franchise. There's no doubt. Like I said, you were part of the first one. They won last year. And who was the team you were dealt to or traded to?
Kansas City.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought it was Kansas City, and now here you go. You're playing them in the final this year. So it's crazy. What goes around comes around.
Oh yeah, it's I'm definitely looking forward to this one, as I'm sure my buddies on the other team are too. So,
well, of course, our good friend, our third on the depth chart with the Ice Guys is Matt Robinson, who you've seen before, Jordan, and his buddy is David Cotton, who plays for Kansas City, fellow Texan.
Oh I remember him saying that there on the last one.
Yeah. So there we go. We got a conflict of interest right here. Matt's going to be pulling for David Cotton, and I know I'm pulling for. It's not David Cotton.
Right. Good call.
How was the steakhouse, by the way? Did they didn't skimp out on that? It was a nice one, I assume. Yeah.
No, it was pretty good. We did keep it in the area because we don't have like a bus, so it just had to be. It's actually connected to the hotel. It's kind of the best restaurant in the area. It was pretty good. It took a while though, so I had to join a little later here, but
that's all right. Better late than never. Absolutely. No, that's good. They treated you well. Got you a good restaurant tonight. Dallas has pulled the goalie, extra attacker. Ottinger's out, empty net, extra attacker. They're still down 4-2, and there's only 2.5 minutes left. So, but again, we've seen these scenarios before where, you get I've seen teams get 2 goals here, in these situations. So never say never, but only 2-10 with the Oilers with a 4-2 lead. So we're 2 minutes away if the Oilers can hang on from a 2-2 series here. I'm still hoping they get at least one, Dallas, because I've got the team total. Looks like it's going to be a TV timeout here. with the Oilers up 4-2, which means we have a chance to have both series in the conference finals down to a best of 3 with a 2-2 series. And I know, Alex, I didn't love the idea of going 4-2, 4-3, 6-7 in this series, but I know you did, and you're closing in on that coming in as well.
Yeah. So, and at this point, I will be absolved of any Dallas. If Dallas loses the series, I'm good. I'm not going to be taking a loss with missing the West of the Cup.
Yeah, that's where things differ with with me and Alex.
Well, and Jamie Benn first goal the other night kind of helped with that a little bit too.
Yeah,
but now,
no, I'm not worried, Wojo. Not worried at all. I mean, look, it's not supposed to be easy. Dallas has gone through a 7-gamer already and come out the other side of it. What does concern me is Tanev's status. That's what concerns me.
Tanev and if Ottinger is completely healthy. If Ottinger's playing at 70, 75%, that's worrisome.
Yeah.
Those are two words.
We got a series now, and anything can happen now. But I'm not at all in the state where I'm worried.
I'd be more worried if it was a different team other than Edmonton.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd be shitting bricks if this was like, even Rangers or Florida.
If it was anyone in the playoffs but Edmonton out of the West, I'd be worried because Edmonton's a team Edmonton's the Toronto of the West. You can't trust the Leafs. You can't trust the Oilers.
I'd need to see Edmonton win a Game 7 in this series in Dallas against Mr. Game 7, Peter DeBoer. Until that happens, I'm not worried and panicked.
Right.
Yeah.
The only problem I see here is if Tanev's hurt and Ottinger's less than, we'll say 75%. Let's go with just an arbitrary number. And Dallas was up 2-0 tonight. They let them back in the game. Edmonton wins. You've now given them confidence.
Yeah. And big momentum. Oh, no doubt.
Big momentum.
No doubt. Yep.
So now if you've got Tanev hurt, right, that's a big blow to their number one pair. Yep. Ottinger less than 100%. So now Ottinger and Skinner are now technically even. I don't like now all of a sudden you might like McDavid might find a second breath because he's looked like shit this round as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think he's hurt too.
So, right. So I'm slightly worried for Dallas. Like I really am. I think this is a major blow. Anytime you lose a first pair of defensemen, it's a major blow. But in this instance, I think it's even more. Like Tanev has been, like he was the guy they wanted. They've even said that we didn't look at anybody else. This is who we wanted. So that tells you how much they respect him.
Yeah.
Edmonton knows him because they played against him for fucking 3 years between Calgary and Vancouver, and they know what he brings to the table. This doesn't look good for Dallas, not in my opinion, anyway.
Well, like I said, and there's the empty netter for the Oilers to put this game away. I mean, 5-2 Edmonton, so we are tied 2-2, going back to Dallas. Yep.
Right, because now you've given Edmonton some hope.
Yeah.
Right, the thought that we weren't playing well, fuck. Now all of a sudden we didn't play well and we still won the game. Plus they're down a couple guys, right? Guys are hurt, so on and so forth. I don't like the look of this. Like I really don't. Plus this third period, everything. I am because everything
Game 7 in Dallas. Show me Edmonton winning Game 7 in Dallas, then I'll.
Well, that's fine, right? But maybe they don't have to. Maybe they go in and win Game 5 in Edmonton. They come back to Calgary and win back to Edmonton and win Game 6.
Surprised by that if that happens.
Well, I would be too, but like that's what you're facing. Like that's conceivably what you're looking at right now, right?
Yeah.
Plus that third period, every Dallas shot was from the perimeter. Nothing was in tight. Nothing was in front of the net. That's not a good sign either, right? So
I'll tell you what about Edmonton, though, in the third. I'll give them credit for it. They defended very well tonight.
Yeah, they played a really good third. I was quite impressed by that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I really was.
Question. Yeah. Was it Ekholm that got that goal?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. How about that? Matthias Ekholm and Rocco Rogers been betting that prop.
He's been riding him like a rented mule.
He's been on it every game, win or lose. Now he's going to have a little drought, but he finally he got the empty netter there. So it reminds me of when Alex had Heiskanen in the previous game, and he got it into the empty net there. So 5-2. Jordan, how about it? We've got 2-2 series in the conference finals now, both of them. Couldn't ask for better than that.
I know, looking pretty good. I'm I'll be cheering for the Panthers and my old coach Knobloch and the Oilers. So
That's right. That's right. You got the Knobloch connection. You're right.
Yeah.
From the Erie Otter days. Yeah, 100%. He was there when you played there with, and of course, wasn't DeBrincat on your team there at the time?
yeah,
Oh,
DeBrincat, Strome, Sorelli, Fogel, Cernak,
That's
Radish
a good
brothers.
Darren, I think Darren Radish was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, both Radish brothers are
Both
there.
Taylor as well.
Okay,
Yep.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good.
I mean,
that's a
Jordan
great
was
one.
on
Yeah.
Erie in a time that they had like a mini little current day NHL All-Star group going, or at least current, pretty solid to good to great NHLers. Just a
Yeah,
combo.
you could
of
put
all of
basically a first Sorelli, Strome, DeBrincat, Cernak,
Yeah.
Radish, and no
that's
goalie.
that's
I
like
guess.
top 6 forward group caliber line you could put together out of your former Erie teammates.
Yeah, Warren Fogel.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't realize you were a
Jordan
Markham
had
boy.
15 tucks that
Nice.
year too, didn't you? I think you had
Yeah,
15
my
tucks that
second
year. You
year I
led the
did,
team
yeah.
in penalty minutes, I think.
Probably, or I was up there for sure.
Someone's got to
nice,
do that
man.
job. Yep.
Jordan, did you ever get up to the Silver Stick either in Wasaga Beach or in Midland at all in your early days?
No, I never played in those.
No, eh? Okay.
No, we played the Whitby one, I think,
Yeah.
but no, never the ones up north.
Okay. No, I just pulled up your hockey DB and I saw you were in Aurora. I lived in Midland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I used
Yeah.
to do the Midland tournament and the Wasaga Beach were always moneymakers for me every year for refereeing. Right, I'd walk out of there with usually $500-600 in my pocket every tournament. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of my good buddies played for Midland Flyers when he played.
No shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he would have been there maybe four years ago, maybe. 4 or
Wow.
5 years
Okay.
ago.
So I haven't been in Midland now. I've been out in Calgary here now 15 years.
Oh, okay.
But as an aside, so the only Junior C championship Midland has ever won was 1953. My old man was on that team. The front line, the first line, all three guys were 22 goals and at least 20 assists each.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
really
it was
good then.
smoking team that year. But anyway, so yeah, those Flyers. Wow, there's a pull. I never expected to hear that coming from anybody in this group. So cool, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Best of 3 series. This is exactly what the league wanted with possibly
well, if you're mentally
no
tough,
NBA after tomorrow.
Yeah, if you're mentally tough, if you're Dallas, you can find a way still. This is not push the panic button. But this
a live under 7.5 got there.
It did.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, Wojo, we were assuming because of the way he pushed off in the end of the second that Ottinger was possibly dealing with leg, ankle, knee, something along that line. So yeah, as Ian says, we feel he might not be 100%, but if you can show me a player in any of the 4 teams left that is 100%, it's probably somebody that ain't playing
for sure.
Right?
But
everybody's
but
going to have something.
You don't want your goalie hanging around at 60 or 70% like your forwards or defensemen. Like you can
No,
you can deal with
exactly.
that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all we were getting at, Wojo, was that the possibility that based on what we saw.
It's something to watch. And I mean, watching his last few saves looked better than that stretch and sequence. So maybe it's just cramped, or he just wasn't.
And realistically, what we saw could have even just been a dead blade. Like if he had a couple flat spots in the blade, right? That would account for that as well.
But if you go back and see the 4 goals he allowed, 3 of them he got beat back. So
there is
is that him playing badly or is he hurt? That's the question.
Exactly. Right. So
yeah. Tanev status is huge. It looms large. There's
massive.
no doubt. Looms large. Yeah. There's no question about it. It looms extremely large. It is a huge blow, especially because Hakanpää's still not ready to come back. I'm not loving the idea of more Suter and Petrovic. Thank you very much. Moving forward in these playoffs for Dallas, but that's what you're going to get. If Tanev's out.
Well, you don't have a choice, right? If Tanev's done, right? And like I say, based on the way he was reacting, I think that's at least a broken bone in the foot. Now the question is, if it's on the side, okay, you might be able to get away with it. If it's on the top, he's done. Like he just is. I don't see how he'd be able to skate with that top bone broken. So we'll see what happens, but that'll definitely be. I'll have to tune in on the Dallas feeds tomorrow morning for sports and just kind of see what's going on.
Oh, good night for the pregame bets, though. I had Dallas or at Edmonton to score in the first. We had first period over, full game over was my best bet on the show, so that cashes in. The only thing I had that fell short was Dallas money line, which was not as big a bet, so we'll take it.
For anybody here who has a vehicle that's got Sirius that isn't activated, Sirius is free till June 5th.
Oh, all right. That's a good thing. I don't have that, but I can tell my mom.
Yeah, let anybody know.
Corolla does not have that. I know, it's a shocker.
Yeah. Again, we'll have to see what Tanev does moving forward. Exactly, with his status is significant. You can't play Miro Aiskin in 35, 40 minutes. You know, you're going to be tempted to if you're without Tanev, but
you might have to
push him a little more. But at the same point in time, all these players are dragging ass. Jordan, I'll ask you. You're into the conference. Well, now you're into the championship series. Your fourth playoff series coming up. You're dragging ass a little bit, aren't you?
Oh yeah, everybody is. There was there's always a few injuries and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I could probably name every guy on my team that probably has a little something going on. And
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure the NHL guys are just the same. So
yeah,
right. Same as always. Every defenseman has got something lower body, and every forward has got something upper body. That's usually where it ends up, right? Just,
right. Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So. Yeah, Broberg didn't play bad.
I think I hit my same game parlay with not paying attention. That's nice.
I'm gonna have to check. I think both mine fucking fell short, if I'm not mistaken.
I had Robertson 3+ shots, Sagan 3+ shots.
Those are both green. Those are both good.
Yeah, those.
Draisaitl 3+ shots, Wyatt Johnson point, Draisaitl point.
Yeah,
both
I think those are all checked.
Series price, by the way, is now Dallas -135, Edmonton +115. So that is where we were at in the series price. Yeah.
Home team price.
Yeah.
I had my baseball parlay came through. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I mean, the team that I actually feel best about remaining in these series is Florida.
Dallas overall, the overall outlook on Dallas coming into tonight was very favorable. The outlook on Dallas after the first 10 minutes of the first period tonight was even more favorable, and it's dampened a little bit. But I believe in this team's mental fortitude. I believe in it. And I believe in DeBoer. I believe in the core. I believe in Ottinger bouncing back after a little bit of a subpar game, assuming he's healthy. That's not an issue, that he's not hurt of any kind. And even if Tanev's, his status is up in the air, again, if it gets to a Game 7 in Dallas, I don't see Edmonton winning that. I just don't. Not this franchise winning a game like that on the road. I don't see it.
Yeah,
so
you just can't lose the next two if you're Dallas. That's your
I was
key.
about to say, do you say Edmonton in 6 or Dallas in 7 as your bets?
If Edmonton's going to win this series, they're going to win it in 6. If it gets to Game 7, it's Dallas series, in my opinion. Yep. Mr. Pete DeBoer and his 8-0 Game 7, I will put that up.
Yeah. If you haven't jumped in on the 6 and 7 game series, which I mean, obviously you can't now at this point, to the same effect, but I would say grab Dallas in 6, Edmonton in 7.
That's a great approach. So that's exactly what I think is going to happen. Edmonton, if they're going to win, it's going to be in 6. If Dallas is going to win, it's probably going to be in 7.
Right now, Bet365 is locked down on the futures page. You can't get out.
Open up about a half hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at. They're showing the highlights again. I'm going to watch the highlights of the third and the fourth Dallas goal, and specifically look at Ottinger, and again just get another really good look at just how he was moving there. Because you're right, it did look a little ginger.
Like the goal by Bouchard, he doesn't even move.
Yeah,
like he doesn't even try to get across.
Yeah, it was definitely a little peculiar to see him movement in the crease look a little bit like it did. There's no doubt.
All right, so our resident Rangers expert there, Mr. Massey, what are we looking at tomorrow night?
Yeah, before we wrap up the Betcast, we'll get John's early thoughts to Rangers-Panthers Game 5 on Thursday night. Yep, 2-2, John.
This feels so much like 2022 that I think Florida in 6. They've just done so much to control large swaths of gameplay. And their forwards, they did a better job of controlling the neutral zone in Game 4 than they did in Game 3. Because so many people focused on just the third period. And I mean, the Rangers had a 2-goal lead entering the third period. So Florida was always going to have the more flattering statistics in the third period. The fact how long it continued after that was problematic. But the Rangers generated chances and scored off those chances in Game 3. And I don't think enough credit was given to that. The power play looked better in Game 4, but the top two lines of the Rangers have really been curtailed by the Florida Panthers, and you can't rely on your third and fourth lines to do all the scoring. And there have been a lot of lineup changes to those bottom 6 for the Rangers. The D's been exposed. Fox and Miller look bad in this series. They look overmatched physically in this series. And then Trouba is just behind the play overall, and Schneider is slow in comparison. So Florida is able to lean into these mismatches more than Carolina was able to. So, I mean,
DJ Zbans and Kreider have another level they need to get to as well.
Kreider looks bad.
Yeah.
Kreider looks hurt. You talk about war of attrition, and we never know, and nothing's ever disclosed because it's the NHL. But just he's not skating with any explosion. Let me put it that way, which he usually does, which calls things into question. And the only goals he scores are right on the doorstep. Like nothing's come. Usually he's still a threat, even at so much tread off the tire. He's usually a threat in transition, but that hasn't been the case. So that's why I feel that way. Though I will say, I don't think it's been said enough that Bobrovsky hasn't been great, and he's been gotten a lot more off the fewer chances the Rangers have had in the series. But I just think overall the quality of play that Florida has shown, the consistency in play that Florida has shown, the Rangers haven't been able to match that level.
My worry about the Tanev injury is you need a fucking hacksaw to get that guy out of the lineup. You know,
or a broken bone on the top of his foot.
Right.
Yeah.
I was listening to Dr. Goose, and he spent more time in a hospital bed on these streams than anybody. And now I got the smoker's cough coming out of
And trust me, I prescribe more of my own meds than anybody else that I know of. So,
oh, jeez.
Well, it's good to see that he's moved away from the IV drip, and then his body can handle everything now.
Well, yeah, I got the 2-color wall behind me now, right? So,
yeah, we're moving out. We're on outpatient rehab now.
No, tonight's not the wife's bath night. That's what happened.
I got to throw this out there because I mentioned it, I know, on Twitter earlier. And I said to Jordan, I'll say it because he's a golf fan, I'm going to be at the Canadian Open on Sunday, final round.
That's still
in my backyard, Hamilton Golf and Country Club.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to being there for that.
I wanted to ask you, Ian, how was the weather in your area today? Was it raining? Was it dry? What was it doing?
It was pretty good today. It was mixed of sun and cloud. It's supposed to be nice weather for most of this tournament, quite honestly. Like we're going to
try out as it goes on and get faster and firmer.
I got to sit down with my open picks tomorrow morning.
There's a slight chance of showers on Sunday later in the day, but no, tomorrow's going to be beautiful for the first round. Friday's going to be nice. Saturday's going to be nice. No, we're pretty much rain free for the whole weekend. Yep.
They should be able to fire darts at the pins then tomorrow and have everything stick. So that's good.
Yeah.
The
Ian, I heard when
of the day might be a good bet tomorrow with still some softness in the greens.
Yeah, there you go. The guys drive up there.
I'm not stressed yet either. I'm just concerned about Tanev. Tanev does that. Come on, you got to be a little concerned about his stats. Yeah. Golf picks is a good question.
Got to have some money on McIlroy to win.
I've got to finalize them, and actually I'm doing that after the Betcast, but I'll throw a couple out there. I'm going to go the couple of the Canadians I like. I got to take Mackenzie Hughes. He's in his backyard. He's right from my town, Dundas.
Yeah, he's Dundas boy, isn't he?
Exactly. I've got to take Mackenzie Hughes. He's worth a shot here as far as I'm concerned. Let me see what else here that stands out. Aaron Rye at 38-1. I think he's in good form. I think he fits this course pretty well. Pendrith at 65-1. Another Canadian, I think they can do well here. Remember, Canadian won it last year, Nick Taylor.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think he's worth a look here.
I got McElroy to win, and I also got McElroy to finish in the top 5.
Yeah, McElroy's, one of the Sahith Theegala I like too. Sahith at 20-1.
Sahith. I think Sahith.
Sahith's good. I like that pick. And I like Nick Højgaard. Nick Højgaard.
Højgaard?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
H-O-J-G-A-A-R-D.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Nikolai,
Can I buy a consonant in there somewhere?
Yeah, it's H-O-J-G-A-A-R-D. Nikolai Højgaard. Yep.
I like a Canadian boy tomorrow, Shapovalov in the French Open.
Oh, in the French Open.
Yeah.
Is that second round, John, or is that still first round?
I think that's the second round.
Second round.
Oh, it's good to see Monica Sellis has entered the chat.
Yeah. There's literally someone, I forget who it was, because I'm sure there's more that do this, but there was one person that every time they did a return, a men's tennis player years ago, I was watching
men's
the match,
tennis. I was about to say
yeah, there's, I know, the old grunts.
Submarine.
Yeah.
It sounded like a submarine going under.
Yeah.
I was going to say it sounded more like something going down, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
And Goose is going timber.
No doubt. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Great Betcast tonight, guys. Goose, Landon, Rico, John Massey, Alex, Jordan. Great stuff. We'll just get quick final words from it. We'll do one final shot, too. Let's go. Cheers. One last.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to Game 7s in both series.
No,
Sure.
I'm not cheering
Okay.
for that.
Well,
Absolutely.
I still hold out hope that it won't go 7.
Alex, I'll let you get some final thoughts in, then you can just wrap up and leave, and then I'll wrap up with everyone else because I know you got to get going. But great Betcast tonight, and like I say, I got Dallas investment quite a bit, but it's a long series. I'm going to stay, confident. I still am. I just would, especially if Tanev's fine. If Tanev comes back and he's fine for the next game, I'm feeling really good again. But that's the key. What's his status moving forward? But either way, like I say, get this to Game 7 where Peter DeBoer and Dallas are great. I'm still thinking this team gets it done. But Alex, wrap it up for us.
We got 2 series that are best of 3s now. Everybody's still alive. It's just a matter of who wants it more, who's willing to battle through the bullshit, who's willing to, bring themselves to their highest level as they possibly can and play as a collective and get 2 of the next 3 wins. It's simple as that. And, I'm happy to be in the spot where I am, where this is completely stress-free hockey for the next few days. I know some who aren't in that spot, and this is the way that goes. But it's good hockey, and now to see, like I said, we're gonna know who's going to be the team that wins the Stanley Cup out of these next 4 to 6 games in total.
Yeah.
We're gonna know it not just because of obviously two of these 4 teams are gonna advance, but the way that they win in this stretch I think will tell all of us. We're gonna know who the clear-cut favorite is, and we're probably gonna end up seeing the team. We'll be able to identify the team that wins the Stanley Cup. I really believe that in the next 4 to 5, 6 days, we'll be able to identify that. And like I said, teams, you have injuries, everybody's hurt, everybody's dealing with the same kind of shit. But, we have a team in Dallas that's resilient, that can still find a way to win on the road, and yet they have 2 games at home. You have a team in the Rangers that has found ways to win games and steal games where they've had no fucking business being in. You got a team in Florida that just got to this point last year. You got a team in Edmonton that's trying to get over this fucking hurdle and mountain, and now had a huge win on home ice to get that momentum and confidence underneath them. So everybody's in the same boat right now. It's even playing field as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, it's 2 best of 3s now to see who's going to make it to that Cup final on June 8th. So it's just an exciting time to be a hockey fan.
As a hockey fan, you can't ask for better. I mean, you got 2 best of 3s. Here in the conference finals, doesn't get any better than that. Alex, great stuff. Again, we're back tomorrow. Daily show as usual, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. Game 5, Rangers Panthers on the docket. So we'll see you then.
Spoiler alert, probably not betting a single thing in that game, but I'll still be on the show.
He'll be there for entertainment purposes.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Alex. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, later, y'all. Have a good night.
Good
Good
stuff.
night, Alex.
And Jordan.
See ya.
See you, Alex. Yeah, we'll go to you, Jordan, next. Thanks for popping in here for a little bit on the Betcast. Friday night, I will be tuned in. Game 1, you and the Kansas City Mavericks. We're definitely looking forward to that 100%. And we wish you all the best. Fuck Matt Robinson's friend there, David Cotton. We're cheering for you. I don't mean that. Of course, I don't wish no Will. And I'm sure if it was playing anyone but you in Florida, I'd probably be cheering for David Cotton because he's Matt's friend. But no, we're on Team Jordan Sambrook in Florida all the way, looking for a three-peat here. I can't wait for that series because I know Kansas City's good, and I know your team's fucking good as well. So it should be really impressive. Looking forward to it. And like I said, oh, by the way, is there a golfer you wanted to throw out there, Jordan? You wanted me to see what his odds are for the Canadian Open? Is there someone I didn't mention that you think might have a chance to win this tournament?
I don't know. I'm going with the favorites here. I went with Fleetwood, Connors, and Theegala. I think Fleetwood after what he did last year, and I just feel like this is the tournament to get him over the hump and get his first PGA win. So I know he hasn't been playing that great lately, but I was looking into Aaron Rye as well, but I just had to stick to my gut and go with the big three. Rory always has a chance, but it's just his odds are so low.
It's like you're betting him plus 400. He's 4-1 to win the damn thing. I mean, it's just the value is not great. You have to hope he starts slow, and maybe you'll get a better price to bet him live for sure. That might be the approach. But I'll be there Sunday for the final round of the Canadian Open at the gorgeous, beautiful Hamilton Golf and Country Club. I am very much looking forward to being there for the final round. But Jordan, some final thoughts. Like I said, we wish you well Friday. And for the entire Kelly Cup final, we hope you bring it home. Bring home that third straight title to the Everblades.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate all the support and the tweets and everything, and I'm glad that you guys are following along because it's a pretty cool experience for me and my teammates and all that. So I appreciate it. I'm glad that the NHL series are now best of 3 as well too, to get to watch some good hockey here for all leagues, I guess. So
yeah, fantastic.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just remember, no blood, no foul. Give them hell.
Exactly. Thank you.
Every time you get a chance to hit those bastards, and give them a big open ice hit, you take that opportunity. That's for sure.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Tell them every time, I'm coming for you. Look the fuck out.
Jordan plays a good game. Good game. Simple game. The meat and potato stuff that no one, credits. He does those things quite well. And then when he chips in a goal and an apple like he did in the last round, that's just a bonus. So, in all seriousness, man, you played a great series last series. You had both ends of the ice, and we wish you well.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Come and see us again.
Yep.
Will do. I'll see you guys soon.
See you, Jordan. Take care. Good luck.
Take care.
Good luck, Jordan.
Go get him. Skate hard.
Yep. There he is, Jordan Sambrook. Like I said, we've been cheering him along here in his run through the Kelly Cup playoffs.
There you go.
Not the American League, the East Coast Hockey League, Kelly Cup playoffs. And again, Florida, Kansas City gets underway Friday. You'll be able to watch that on Flow Sports, assuming Flow Sports works. And unfortunately, half the time it doesn't. So
I can't find ECHL on Bet365.
There you go. That's another conundrum that the ECHL has to figure out. Like Flow Sports goes down way too much, but that's neither here nor there. John Massey, like I say, we got both conference finals down to a best of 3. Your Rangers tomorrow night. I guess you will just be in a stew and just a pile of your own Sith tomorrow night during that game, with stress, with agitation, with anxiety. I'm sure you just cannot wait to count down the hours to feel all these emotions tomorrow night.
I have band practice tomorrow night. So
You won't have any of them. You'll be oblivious to it all.
So that one time in band camp,
who said that I would be oblivious? Do I come across as somebody who would be oblivious?
No, you're going to know the score. You're going to keep your close tabs on the score all night, of course. Yeah.
But, when I talk about these things having no bearing on my life, there you go. Has a bearing on my wallet, not necessarily on
you liar. You're just the biggest fan as the rest of us, John. I'm pulling for you, buddy. I'm pulling for the Rangers. So you're fucked.
You know, I've had to watch Cheshire all night try to talk to me about like instilling happiness and goodness in my life, and he just doesn't understand the power of the dark side of the gravitational force. When you are my size, nothing keeps dragging you down. And as I have said before on these betcasts and these live streams, that when I die, I just want 6 New York Rangers to be there as pallbearers so they can let me down one last time.
Yep. That's the line that John's uttered many a time here on this show. Yep.
So, and because I have such low expectations for them, maybe they will surpass them. I doubt it because of the Rangers, and when things start to look good, nobody snatches defeat from jaws of victory quite like New York Rangers.
Oh, come to Toronto, dude. Fuck. Come to Toronto. Shit.
No, I couldn't do that.
You're going to Game 7, John. Just don't worry about it, man. You're good. You're going to win tomorrow night.
Who said I was worrying about it?
No,
I'm a fatalist. I'm Irish. This is what happens. When people say, look, when people talk about your humor, I'm just like, have you been to Ireland? Clearly not. I fit right in. Sunny disposition. Who the fuck would have a sunny disposition when it rains 350 days a year? Exactly. So there you go. I am here to put the proper clouds and rain on your fucking parade, you people who lied to yourselves with all these positive thoughts and positive expectations. The world sucks. People suck. They're animals. It sucks. You don't have to worry. Everything's the worst. Just go on with your life and be miserable. It's so much easier. Nobody has any expectations of your behavior if you're always a miserable fucking human being.
And you can't disappoint yourself. You can't be in a position where something angers you or disappoints you or saddens you because you've already gotten yourself into a state to prepare for that sort of stuff. The worst. Yeah.
But I don't even. The thing is, it's not even a thought that bears on me. I just do what I have to do. Yeah. It's not even a matter of misery loves company. I hate people. I don't like company. I prefer being alone. Fuck other people.
Wow. There you go. John bearing his soul right here for the world to hear on the
John, I don't come to Calgary for Stampede, John. We'll soak your liver for 10 days. It'll make it all better. Trust me. Trust me.
I am. My liver is finally pickled.
Well, you come to Calgary, we'll pickle it some more, buddy.
And you'll see his face get red in the process, extremely red, because that's usually
it's just the lighting. It's the darkness and the flames from behind me. Too much exposure to fire and brimstone.
Right. There's only one John Massey, and
can't you see that I'm thrilled? I hit my same game parlay.
Yeah.
Right, Al? Exactly. That's all just root for John.
Yeah.
I hit my. You want to see the happiness and joy that comes out of me? I know.
Yeah.
Because it is just so overwhelming.
Yeah. That's when I truly knew, John is just a habitually stoic man, because I remember Rich H losing his mind when the Canucks scored that game winner, and everyone's just smiling or reacting and just, and John's just, same old, facial expression and, posture there. And it's just, that's when I knew, yep. He's built different. He's built different. Yep.
Actually, I'm built like the majority of Americans. I'm a fat fuck.
You said it, not me. I always say I'm a little harsh on all of America, saying this is a really fat fucking country as a whole with their people, with their population. But
John, you don't look a pound over 200.
John backs me up on that, apparently. Yep. Yep.
Are you talking to my thigh when you say that, Goose?
Well, considering I can only see from here up, I'm trying to be nice, man. I'm trying to find
everybody looks good online.
I'm a Canadian, and that's what we
Why
do.
Try to
tell
be
you how good it is.
Haven't you just listened to me at all? You're like one of my students. You don't listen. Trying to be nice. Why?
Because it's Canadian, John. That's what we do.
You're the type of people who took British commentary and British sarcasm and took it literally as if they meant the things they said instead of as put downs. That's
I love Monty Python. I'm half British, so don't even start with me.
Yeah,
Look at his crumpets in a row.
No.
No.
It's only a flesh wound. That's all it is.
No.
It's the half that refers to it as marmalade instead of jam or jelly.
Oh no, it's jam. When I'm slathering it on.
I'm not talking about the Metallica concert, Goose. I'm talking about what you put on your biscuits.
The biscuits. The hot biscuits.
It's crumpets. Come on now. Fuck me.
Oh my lord.
Rico,
is this what happens when you talk with a bunch of Canuckistani?
Wow. Canuckistani.
That's getting a little harsh there, John.
There
I'm
just
just saying, like shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
There you go.
There you go. John Massey, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, John's the best. John's the best.
John, we love John.
He is.
And I had a beer live with John before, man. So I've got to have a beer with John at the Ottawa Senators game. So I met him in person.
You two hung out in the Ottawa game earlier this year. Yeah.
Oh shit! There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, we do, Joseph. It's called fucking poutine, man.
Yeah.
Gravy
in
and
New Jersey, they're called disco fries.
Yeah.
You got it. Actually, and if you go to Montreal, you can get fucking Montreal smoked meat on it as well. That's bonus. That's fucking just
pulled pork on the poutine is even better.
Pulled pork's good, yeah. But the Montreal smoked meat,
what's even better?
Is
pulled
awesome.
pork, smoked meat, and bacon in your poutine.
Put all three in.
And I do it bigger and better and better.
There you go. That's perfect.
When you go to Montreal and you come out of the bar,
circles back around into why John describes himself as the double F. So yeah.
I always say double.
When you go to Montreal, half the people get out of the bar and they go to donaires or poutines. It's like you eat two different things when you come out of the bar in Montreal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shawarma and poutine, or one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah. Donaire shawarmas. Yeah.
Well, the poutine's just a side to the shawarma. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a build-up. It's a warm-up.
Get you
nice
wrapped up for the bigger part, the next part of the meal. Yeah, exactly. Rico, you had the Dallas jersey. Didn't go well for Dallas tonight, sadly. But look, 2-2. It's anybody's series. But thanks for joining us here tonight, Rico. Sum up the night. Final thoughts from you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Well, I don't have an Oilers jersey, so I have to throw something on. But yeah, dude, love the chat. Live Betcast shows.
Disagree, Rico.
Yeah. Love the Ice Guys show every day, guys. You guys make me laugh my ass off, which is the best. Whether you're in the chat, on the shows, like watching the show every day, that's my favorite part. Besides, obviously, the bets you guys put out, which are super important, and that's why I watch every day.
Under 7.5 live hit.
Yep. True.
Plus
yeah.
160.
Bravo, John. Yeah.
John, don't worry, man. The Empire strikes back tomorrow at home. Zabinajad. Cash him for a goal. Panarin, he's going to start a little bit too. The Empire strikes back. The whole team's going to come and show up tomorrow night. Don't worry about that. But Ian, when you go into Hamilton Golf and Country Club,
but just before you continue, Rico, pessimist John will tell you that the last time the Rangers had a Game 5 at home in a playoff series, did they show up?
Nope.
Yeah, there you go. So I know you're trying to make
Game 1 in this series.
Yeah. So.
No,
I know you tried. I know he's thinking of Carolina redux.
Here we go again. Another person trying to be positive towards me.
Yeah.
What fools these mere mortal men be.
See, Rico, and you've seen this man in the flesh, so you know what we're doing.
He's exactly like he is right now. He's a great man.
That is 100%.
I owe John a beer, so we got to meet again. But I was just saying too, like when you go into Hamilton Golf and Country Club too, and when you go in there, apparently there's like a wicked like mural of Nick Taylor's putt on 18. Basically, they have that as soon as the golfers drive in there and stuff. They have that on some type of a mural, and Golf Canada has kind of made that into like a design as well too. So you'll probably see that moment, which was a great moment last year when Nick Taylor sank that putt to win the tournament. So you'll see a lot of that kind of thing going on there. But as far as the games go, man, every game's taken like a storyline of its own. Like when Dallas went up 2-0 tonight, who thought that we'd be walking out of here with an Edmonton 5-2 win? It's unbelievable, man. And that's why I say keep your hopes up. Empire strikes back at home tomorrow, Johnny. So I'm on the Rangers tomorrow night.
why I'm getting a short price on Florida tomorrow.
Yeah. So let me pick up there where Rico left off, because actually he makes a good point. Something I was looking at. If you tell
Landon,
me when you look at
right, you're still
well,
confident.
if you look at what we were, there's a 77% chance of winning. If you look at Money Puck, shout out moneypuck.com, 77% chance of winning, 5:29 in the first period after 2-0. To Rico's point, right? It's to blow a 2-goal lead in the playoff is would be quite concerning. But considering Star is a team that, hey, we like to play from behind to begin with, and it's no, I knew they were going to come out to play. There's a reason I was on the over to begin with when I started this game, because I knew this was kind of one of those legacy games for the top line guys, and they were going to have to show up and show out. Connor McDavid already has that policy. He doesn't talk to the media typically a day after the game. He might make them wait. So I think tomorrow he might be more open to talking, and same with Draisaitl. But hey, it's a great series. I can't really complain. I'm fucking pumped to see it come back to Dallas, and let's go. I've already seen where we kicked this off in person, the quality and the caliber of both teams, and you couldn't ask for much more in terms for the West Conference Finals. And but at the end of the day, I still got my like I said, my Aaron Rodgers mindset on. Vibes is just relax.
There you
one
go.
game. Ottinger, I think whatever it may be, hopefully we can get a little bit rest and reprieve and reassess. Tanev, yeah, that's a big factor in the equation. But either way, next man up, playoff mentality. I think, and even Sandbrook said earlier, everyone's playing with something that's got us, not 100%. So I think either way, they're going to see it and try and get to Lord Stanley so we can fucking lift it.
Yeah,
either
Lord
way.
Stanley, give me the brandy. The great Mike Lang said when Pittsburgh won it all those years. But again, with Tanev out, all of a sudden you got to probably Nils Lundqvist by default has to come in because he's the extra defenseman. He'd probably be the guy. But like I said, if he misses the next game, you need more from Petrovic and Suter. Arley's going to have to play, and certainly Lindell and Heiskanen are going to play a shit ton of minutes if Tanev's out. But don't put it past that tough prick, Chris Tanev.
Show up.
Who's a tough SOB to be ready.
All three teeth will be ready, caveman style. But hey, I'll tell you what, this whole series, you can tell even Dallas's MO, our forwards are not afraid to play defense. So if they have to step up, play blue line to blue line, they'll do it. And we'll see where it goes, just like game one. I felt like in this game we were definitely not in it like game one when I was there, but watching how both teams answer back and match firepower, I will gladly take Dallas. And heads up, hey, hats off to Edmonton, great game. But at the end of the day, I still think Ottinger, he didn't have a good night. I think he's may tweak something.
You know what happens the next game when that happens, when he doesn't have good, usually
check out the bounce back record if you want to look it up, see how I can't quote it for exact, but he's definitely up there in terms of bounce back after a loss. But hey, at the end of the day, none of that shit matters because it's 0-0, another playoff. Like I always say, shift by shift, and let's just see. It's fun time is Betcast as always. So appreciate it. Shout out chat and everyone else that makes this
was in
thing work.
particular a great Betcast because it was a full house for majority of the Betcast. So it was a great turnout tonight. We appreciate it. And Goose, you have the last word here. Good to see you as always here on these Betcasts. And like I said, looking
you got to save the best for last. That's just the way it goes, or the old guy gets to fucking wait. I don't know. Take your pick.
Yeah.
John, as my friend Joe Dirt would say, life is a garden. Dig it. It's okay, buddy. I'm telling you right now, 5-2 final, New York tomorrow night. Game 5 in Dallas is going to be 2-2 going into overtime. Book that one. Other than that, I have to echo Rico and Landon. I'm so glad I found you guys in the last year. I really am. It sucks not having a lot of people to talk hockey with here in Calgary. I love you guys. I do. I love the entire family. I love all the comments I get. Shout out to everybody, including my buddy Rich H. We got to get together at some point, Rich. Ian, at some point when I'm in Ontario, we will get together and have a beer. Rico, same with you, buddy. You're too close for me not to stop by and have a beer with. John, come to Canada because I can't go to the fucking U.S. I'm not allowed. Same with you, Landon. Come to Calgary. Let's drink. That's what I got. Short and sweet. That's the way it is.
Let's not. That's great. You couldn't have said it any better. Well said all around. And I'll just say, another great Betcast tonight. We appreciate all of you joining us. This is now fascinating because we started off this game where it's 2-0 Dallas in the first 5 minutes. Edmonton couldn't have looked worse at the beginning of the game, and we're thinking, look out, maybe it's going to be 3-1 Edmonton, chance to wrap up the series, and look at the turnaround. Dallas ends up losing 5-2. Edmonton comes back. They tie the series, and now we wonder about Chris Tanev moving forward. But even though it looked bad, even though it looked like that puck that he blocked that sent him out of the game looked like it might have hit the ankle, and that's a dicey, region to deal with from an injury standpoint. Don't rule it out that he's still maybe somehow able to play Game 5. He's that tough. He will do everything humanly possible to be in the lineup for Game 5 and moving forward. But obviously, his status is going to be something that we're going to have to watch for going into Game 5 on Friday night. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We appreciate all of you. Hit the like button. A great Betcast tonight. Remember, we are back tomorrow on Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and we'll preview Game 5, Rangers-Panthers in the Eastern Conference Final. Goose, Landon, Rico, John Massey, everyone that was on with us earlier, Sammy P., Ben, Bob Lupton, Kevin Rain was an outstanding guest earlier as well. He joined us for a bit. Everyone, Matt Robinson jumped in for a bit earlier as well. Everyone that was on, we appreciate it. Everyone in the chat tuning in, we appreciate it. I'm Ian Cameron. This has been another great, fun, entertaining Betcast here on the Ice Guys Show. Landon's got it right. There it is, the Ice Guys logo. Make sure you support the show each and every day. We appreciate all of you. We can't say it enough. And we will be back tomorrow on Thursday with another edition of the Ice Guys. Good night.
Everybody be safe. Keep it between the lines.
Good night, all.